This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Hello, Hobie listeners. September 22nd through the 24th, we will be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo at the Duke Energy Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. You should be there. Not only will Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo be there, but also from the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones, David Bradley will be there. So bring a sword.
Walter Gray.
Ben Peter will be there from Face Off, and a hell of a nice guy too. And Jason Isaacs. Everybody loves Jason Isaacs.
Oh, yeah. If you're a Harry Potter fan, he was Lucius Malfoy. He was in the Peter Pan movie. I remember that. That was good.
Also, Dirk Manning from Nightmare World, the comic book. Wallace Shawn is going to be there.
Inconceivable.
Kurt Wood will be there from the Oh Yeah comics. Also, Scoot McMahon from Oh Yeah comics. Gotta love Oh Yeah comic. Jay Fosgett. He is Dev's friend, so we'll give him some slack, but everyone loves him. And many, many more. That's September 22nd through September 24th. You can go to the Cincinnati Comic Expo to get your tickets. And when you're there, look for Hobie. Please note the thoughts, opinions, jokes, and every other bad taste that the guest and the host of Hobie, aka the History of Bad Ideas, is of their own, is not associated with any companies they may work for, any firms they work with, any advertisers, or anybody else in general. Remember, it's just a joke.
Alright. It's about comic books and movies, growing up with Rokusuke, Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale is just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Jeff defends Aquaman, Blake's just not listening. What? Jason impersonates Michael Keaton.
Some people just want to watch World Buzz.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Blake's
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got
Jason
one more.
just loves him some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's a history of bad.
So bad.
It's a history of bad ideas. It's a history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's a history of bad. It's a history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Ooh, welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 186. I'm Jason.
And I'm Jeff.
And what's my name again? What
Say
are we
my
doing?
name, say
what
my
am I
name.
doing? Oh, it's a podcast.
You're podcasting, Blake.
You're
Blake.
so shady.
Blake, I'm the real Slim Shady.
I can sing Slim Shady. You want me to?
No.
I'm the real Slim Shady. I'm
Stop.
the real Okay. That didn't
I
take
wanted
long.
to see how long it took him to get it wrong.
No.
Oh, that was easy.
Well,
You
for
other
our-
Slim Shadys can't recognize. I got one chance at Hamilton. Here we go.
You encouraged it,
I know
not
I did.
me.
I'm amused by it. I'll be honest. I'm amused by him butchering songs so bad that they're not recognizable.
That's why we never get in trouble. Because can never sing on beat, on tune, or correctly with the words.
The words are never right.
No
the
copyright
tunes are never
violation whatsoever.
Eminem's like, what the fuck is he
Actually, he
singing?
could probably be sued to stop making bad imitations. Your Honor, I'd like him to do something worthwhile that's copying my art.
Hello, everybody. We're back in the studios. No more drive-by shootings.
Sorry, what?
Well, we had fireworks, drive-by shootings,
Oh.
everything on last week's episode.
They were just fireworks. They just sounded like drive-by shootings.
People were upset that we were actually talking over the fireworks. I think a couple of them were worried because
In
they
the
wanted
podcast or people on the balconies?
both. And then some listeners were upset because they couldn't hear us over the fireworks. So it was a catch-22. Either way, you either liked it or didn't.
I thought it would be a bonus if we couldn't hear you over the fireworks. I thought, isn't that what Hobie listeners want?
Pretty much, especially when it's just Jeff and I. Aw. So,
I listened to your podcast last week.
did you?
Yeah,
Did you like the little fireworks?
it was awesome.
Florida's-
I thought it was some great local color. I felt like I was on vacation with you guys.
We did that 2 years before that, too. 2 or 3 years before. The famous Cannonball episode.
The Cannonball episode.
So please go back and listen to that one. So we are back in the studios. I don't think anyone else has any big vacations coming up. So for the rest of summer, we should be okay.
I think we're vacated out.
We are. So we are ready to roll.
I suppose my budget is vacated out, so.
Let's see here. The positive is that Jeannie, Lady of Space Violence, might be joining us next week for a guest spot. So she'll be joining us in studio.
Actually, here in studio or via live from the internet?
We're going to see if she comes down. It's a 4-hour trip. Come on down. 4.5. So I'm just saying. You can stay at...
I-75 is really damn boring.
Yeah, it is.
I was driving that monthly for 3 years, man.
We drove I-65 west this week. We went to...
On purpose?
South, you mean?
South, well, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Southwest.
That's right. On purpose.
Yes.
Sorry.
And instead of going 75, we went to Port St. Joe, Florida.
As you heard if you listened to last week's episode.
They had a donut shack.
If you're going there to assassinate Jason and Jeff, you're too late.
To make a long story short.
In order to save the podcasting world.
They had a donut shack, a convenience store, and an ice cream shop within a couple miles.
Oh, this sounds like a great diet-busting vacation.
It was great because we sat on the beach and went to the pool. That was it. And it was wonderful.
The ice cream shack was surprisingly good.
Ice cream shack was good. It was good.
That was their slogan, surprisingly
Oh, that was the other ice cream shop. Actually, there was
As
two
if
ice
you
cream
expected
places.
them to suck.
There was actually 2 ice cream places. That's right. The one place called Coneheads. Yes, the review in their paper was surprisingly good. So I don't know if that was a good sign or not to go eat there. We didn't, but it was crowded often. So I wanted to know the review that had surprisingly bad. Surprisingly bad. I was kind of shocked by it.
Well, we thought you were going to be good, but you surprised us and we're bad.
Yes.
So at least you give good first impressions.
That's right.
When you're only one of 2 ice cream places within driving distance for tourists, I mean, you got a 50-50 shot.
No, there are actually others.
No? Oh, okay.
Surprisingly awful.
But those were expectedly good, but this one was just surprisingly good.
Well, that's the thing is we were like close to like the edge of the Cape, so you had to drive pretty far out there to get to Coneheads. Mm-hmm. So maybe it was just like, well, we didn't think the drive would be worth it, but maybe it was.
Or maybe they just thought they were going to eat shit, and they didn't. So, good for them. But we were back. It was a nice relaxing vacation.
Yes.
We,
A relaxification?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? A relaxification?
We met some good people down there. Once we got south.
Surprisingly good people?
Surprisingly good people. We met a southerner named Hunter McAllister. He lives down there. And Hunter McAllister, he drinks tea at high noon. And that is sweet tea. And Hunter McAllister joined us on our vacation for most of the trip.
By that, he means he talked like Hunter McAllister the entire trip.
Hunter McAllister's here. Oh, lovely.
So what you're saying is that
Everyone wanted to kill
Jeff,
me.
everybody wanted to strangle you by the let's say midweek. You didn't even
End
make
of
it
the
to
first
Wednesday.
day?
Yeah,
It was
right.
probably about Tuesday, I think everyone was ready to kill him.
And we got down there Sunday afternoon. So figure out the math there. But Hunter McAllister is now in my foray of impressions. Welcome to that, everyone. And now everybody turned it off. Anyway, so
Those 4 of you who are still listening.
Blake, anything exciting for you?
Yeah, actually, I got a number of things here. I was going to warn everybody. Every time we have like breaks in between podcasting when the gang's not all together, we're usually a super long episode.
Yes.
So for 5 hours, don't plan on getting any work done.
This is 5 hours. We're going to cut it into 2 weeks, Ed.
Exactly. Oh, here's my first big one. All right,
Okay.
if you're a Hobie listener, which obviously if you're listening, you are. I got to see the great Jason C. Brown during a old fraternity brother get together.
Hollywood director.
Weekend. Yeah.
Hollywood director.
Dr. Bednar was there too.
I should have given you his shirt.
That's right.
I failed on
Oh
that.
my God, we should have given him a shirt. Sorry
My
about
bad,
that.
my bad.
Dr. Bednar was there.
Oh,
The-
doctor.
The guy who wrote and performs our theme music. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, a bunch of other, good old boys that it was nice to sit around and,
Chit chat.
tell stories we've heard 100 times before and drink beer. Not canoe because of the too much of a high water on the Mohican. river.
Is that really missing it though? I'd much rather just sit around.
No,
and,
I'll
and
tell you what. There's
bullshit.
nothing better to do than sit around, play cornhole, and watch the water go by as you're getting drunk all day.
Yeah,
Day drinking.
I don't want to go canoeing at all.
I was kind of disappointed.
I enjoy canoeing.
I, hate
I
canoeing.
enjoy canoeing. I like it. It helps me get in touch with my inner Native American. Mm-hmm. You know, my inner Des. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
that's right.
Des is on here before later.
Yes, he is. I saw it.
Yes.
You know, but also getting in touch with people you haven't seen in a while. It's pretty good. It was very nice. Old brother Joe, and then listening to old brother Hoyt, who used to be a public affairs officer for the Navy, and talking about his, celebrity encounters as people grilled Jason about Hollywood and his encounters. And I didn't do any of the grilling because I was like, oh, I already know. Thank you.
I am Hunter McAllister's cousin, Nick McAllister.
Why don't you ask Jason C. Brown about this?
I'm already on the inside.
I'm already on the inside.
I don't
Thank
know if you know this, but I am on his IMDb trivia page.
I actually did break that out this weekend.
It's good time.
Well, just in case you didn't know.
Probably a big deal. I'm not saying I'm a big deal, but we're kind of a big deal.
Kind of a,
Semi big deal? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. That's one of my first outs. My other one is this weekend, this past Sunday, I finally got around to going and seeing Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman!
Yes.
And?
Would you like to know my major observations about the
Let's hear
movie?
'em.
All right, if you haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, if you're one of the few people who haven't, you might want to skip ahead. Because, I got yelled at for revealing Game of Thrones spoilers to somebody who was trying to avoid watching Game of Thrones so they can binge watch it all at one time, which my response is you can't do that unless you put yourself in a box.
Yeah, I can understand, giving somebody a week to catch an episode or something, but not spoil the first season.
Especially when I gave them a warning and said, hey, episode 2 tonight, you better watch number 1 that's on the DVR at the place we're at so you can watch number 2 with us. Oh, no, I want to watch blah, 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 binge watch. So don't tell me anything. And then, of course, I get in an argument with my father-in-law, which is pretty common. I argue with father-in-law about last week's episode. And, of course, we're yelling at each other in a good way, not angry. And, of course, then my sister-in-law gets very upset and says, well, you just blew it off for me. I'm like, I gave you the spoiler alert. Kind of.
So you went to review Wonder Woman, and now you're talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so anyways.
Yes.
We are in the Tangent Bound Network.
We are in the Tangent Bound Network, and we're also live on Twitter at Bad Ideas Podcast right now.
Woohoo!
So there you go.
I think you mean Facebook.
No, we're on Twitter live. Woo!
What?
I don't want live Twitter. Boo live Twitter.
Well, we're on live Twitter,
I
so
didn't know
suck
they
it.
did live Twitter.
So- I didn't either until now.
How does Twitter limit your 144 character spaces verbally?
It doesn't. Well, we're done. No, I'm just
All
kidding.
right.
So tell us about Wonder Woman. Come on.
All right, so here are my 4 major journalistic observations about Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Number 1, Gal Gadot. Hot. She is hot.
Yes. She has 2 kids. I didn't even know she was married.
Thank goodness somebody like her is procreating because, the world needs beautiful people.
Yes, we do not need Kevin James procreating.
No.
Ever.
You knew
Ever.
She had kids?
Well,
Or
she had
just
one. I knew she had 1, but she has 2. So good for
Apparently
her.
2, and not with Vin Diesel.
No,
as
that was Vin
as
Diesel.
I
You're
mistakenly
incorrect on that.
as I saw the photo. But
Yeah, so
Gal
I saw
Gadot
that
is
photo after you mentioned
yes.
that, and I'm like, I could see how that would confuse someone.
it's called bad journalism when they put bad
Exactly.
titles on them. See?
We are correct until we're wrong, proven otherwise.
That's right. We are not fake podcast.
Yes.
We are real podcast.
Hashtag real podcast.
That's right. So that's my first major journalistic observation. Gal Gadot is hot. And, I think I'm going to have to include her in my new top 5.
Ooh, if you're allowed to have
If I was loud, but I'm not. But if I did,
You know what? I
she's
think I might
definitely
agree
in it
with you.
now.
I think I might agree. Drew Barrymore, I think, has fallen off mine.
She's still there. So, anyways,
Your list.
all right. So, anyways, speaking of former top 5s, Robin Wright, still
Yes.
hot,
Yes,
especially as an old Amazon trainer woman.
she's in Justice League.
Princess Bride lady.
She's in Justice League.
That's right. She's still nice. Etta was driving me up a wall because I was looking at her and she was acting, and I kept going, I know her from somewhere.
Oh, Chris
Who do
Pine's
I
British
know?
friend.
No. Well, yeah, the
secretary.
secretary. And I kept going, I know her, I know her, I know her, I know her. And it was driving me up a damn wall. So I had to look her up after the movie, of course, after I looked up more Gal Gadot photos. But anyways, I looked her up, and that's Shaun of the Dead's girlfriend's friend, who had the tall, skinny Harry Potter-looking boyfriend that didn't like Sean,
okay.
Simon Pegg's character.
Yeah.
That was her, and she's also in the original Office UK version, by the way.
Yeah, that's where I saw what I was looking at.
Yeah, so it immediately hit me as like, that's where I know her from. Although she's looks slightly different, but it was pinging me, unbelievably in regards to that. But second major observation, very empathetic to Wonder Woman. I mean, almost to the point where when Steve Trevor dies and she's fighting her, I almost cried.
Spoiler alert.
I was, yeah, exactly. I told people to fast forward. Well, when Steve Trevor died and the thing was going on there, I tell you the truth, I was fighting back some tears. I was emotionally touched. And I sat there and I thought about it. I said, why was I so emotionally touched? It's not that I was attracted to Steve Trevor, although, Chris
Pine is pretty
guy,
fucking hot.
He
is hot.
It wasn't that. So I sat there and I thought, why do people like this movie so much more better than Batman v Superman, DC World and stuff? And so I've come to my own little conclusions. You can tell me if I'm onto something or if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Well, thank you. So the first one is she's innocent. Innocent in the fact of ignorance in regards to the real world, because she'd been, growing up outside of the world of, evil men. The real world. Locked away from the horrors of the world, right? Mm-hmm. So and that brought in good comedy. It wasn't like bad cheesy stuff when she, when they're making jokes about her. I mean, I thought it was pretty funny when she's talking about, I read the 12-volume treatises on pleasure of the flesh. And Chris Pine's laying there like, but you know what? It was funny, but it wasn't untastefully funny.
Correct.
They kept it, I guess I would say, on a sophisticated adult humor level.
Mm-hmm. It was not Zack Snyder humor.
Yeah, exactly. So and it was done very well in those regards. So you develop an attachment to her because, well, she's hot, right, to begin with, but her character is kicks ass, but she's ignorant and innocent to the world. That's the word, innocent by ignorance. Mm-hmm. So with that innocence, they're able to play off of that humor, which would make you laugh and feel more emotionally attached to the character and more understanding. And then I think finally is the fact that because she's female, right, and she's a woman, you tend to maybe empathize and be a little more emotional in regards to things that happened to her, as if it were the reverse, if it were Chris Pine and she's the one that died. You wouldn't feel bad for Chris Pine because, he's a guy, typical emotions, that play. But the fact that she was female and had an emotional attachment that grew according to Chris Pine, you felt more sorry for her and Chris Pine's act of heroism, in the movie. You're like, oh my God. So I think all of those things, we're building the identification, the empathy, the fact that it was a female character maybe made you more emotionally attached in feeling, and the innocence that goes with her character. I think all of that together, I think, people were almost crying in the theater.
I could see that.
When it was happening.
I could see that.
So I thought it was really good. And that was something that was missing in Batman v Superman. When Superman died, I didn't give a shit.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Because one thing is...
I was like, I don't care. They try to emotionally attach it to, Lois Lane and Martha. And you're like, who gives a shit?
Well, you have no attachment to Lois Lane or Martha.
Because, you know why? Because there was none of that buildup. There was none of that
no
slow storytelling to...
attachment.
Yes, to make you emotionally attached to those characters. They're just like thrown in there. There you go.
They've had 2 movies to make me care that Lois Lane, Martha, and Superman are together. They're all 3 love each other because mom and, girlfriend. No, they didn't. They didn't make me attached in any of those movies. And I think part of it is because Superman, is going to come back. He's too big of a star.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve Trevor, you don't know if he's dead. He's human.
Exactly.
So they are going to bring him back.
Oh, now we know. You ruined that.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Now I don't give a shit.
Because I'll talk about that because Flashpoint is coming to the DC universe.
All right. Well, you leave that as a teaser. Don't tell me how Steve Trevor's coming back, because I like the fact that a main character actually did perish.
I don't think they're going to bring him back
You know,
fully. I think he's
no.
going to be in flashbacks.
You know, a protagonist, because it's very rare that protagonists die.
Yes.
And it's usually friend of the protagonist. Well, in this case, Wonder Woman, but he was a major protagonist.
Yeah.
But or some other side character that you feel sad. Not Spud's character. Oh, by the way, Spud from Train Spotting.
Yes.
Does that guy ever change his hairstyle?
No. I don't think that guy changes.
No, not at all. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, Spud.
I think he looks the same and his character is usually the same. The only difference is if he's doing drugs or not.
Yeah.
That's the only difference
Well,
in the movies.
he was drinking himself.
He was drinking himself, that's true.
He was, suffering from his PTSD and nightmares, etc. But anyways, okay. But yeah, I think that's the reason why Wonder Woman is such a great movie is because you were able to care. About the main character and her innocence, and made it so much easier to empathize.
Did you give it a B+?
No. I gave that movie an A+. I walked out of there saying that was damn good, better
you
than
like
what
it?
I expected.
Plus.
Yeah, I saw it with her.
Did she like it?
Yes.
Okay. Did she see Batman v Superman?
No.
Good call.
I'm going to save her from that.
Good call.
I'm not going to let her see it. But okay, I do like how they did play into the Bruce Wayne photograph to Wonder Woman
Yes.
in her Paris Louvre job. I like how Louvre job. No, I like how that they brought it in together and it tied in very well with Batman v Superman. So
Yes.
if you saw this before Batman v Superman, you understood. But in this case, you saw that train wreck, and you go back and say, "Oh yeah, here's the origin story. It's pretty nice." I do like how they tied that in, right?
Do you think?
With the almost exact same scenes.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, though, they're going to tie it into a movie that Ben Affleck's not even going to be a part of soon.
Yeah, yes, teaser, Justice League of America.
Yeah.
We have some teasers. We have some
San Diego
Comic Con trailers to talk about. But anyways, next. All right, so here's a bad observation.
Yes.
All right, everything that was good about the movie, I had a hard time dealing with fucking Harry Potter Professor Lupin as the war god Ares.
Oh, okay.
I could not get past Harry Potter Professor Lupin when I
Again,
saw him.
Sorry to hear that.
I had a hard time getting by that until he put on the Ares armor. Then he looked a little fearsome. But other than that, I had a hard time. Couldn't they pick a better... Or if he identified himself as Ares, if he would like physically transform into something a little bit more evil, masculine...
I wish he was a
evil
muse.
binary masculine thing or
See,
something.
I wish they didn't even put him in as anything. I wish he was just a muse.
Or they could have just made him
I don't think you need a...
pretty much.
I have no issue if she just took down half the army after she killed the one general. I had no issue if that was the ending.
And that was a good thing too, because she thought she was doing the right thing, and she finally gets the bad guy who thinks is Ares.
Yeah.
And the war doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And that ties into her ignorance, innocent ignorance, and et cetera. So, but yeah, I had a hard time with Ares and Professor Lupin, because the only thing that stuck in my mind was Professor Lupin.
Did you not want
I
to
was waiting for him to break out his fucking wand.
Does he have a wand? I got a stick.
So is
Exactly.
he completely, in your mind, you can never watch him play anything else?
I think so. Honestly, I mean, I've seen him in there was another movie he was in that.
Paul Blart.
Oh wait, hold on, no, he was in the Lebowski, the Big Lebowski. He was the guy listening to the Nihilist music in that's sitting there, the art critic guy, when Lebowski walks in on.
I'll have to rewatch.
Oh, what's her name's? Yeah, that's Professor Lupin. And then the guy with the annoying laugh, like,
We're nihilist.
the night.
You don't have it
I
anymore.
don't believe in anything.
We still want the money,
Still
Lebowski.
wants some money, Lebowski. Yeah, so he's the art critic guy that's in the loft, the studio loft, when Lebowski comes in to see what's her name, Lebowski. But anyways, all right. Then the last one, mascara, Revlon. What a great product placement.
I missed that product.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, the island of mascara.
Oh, with the okay. I got you. Yeah, I got it.
Where's the snare drum? All right,
I don't get what you're saying.
Everyone had the line.
Isle of Mascara.
They have it.
That's where she's
And
from.
she's from Themyscira.
Isle of Mascara?
It begins with THE.
Themyscira?
Themyscira.
I thought they said the Isle of Mascara.
Hunter
I was like, what a great
McAllister.
Revlon advertisement, product
Hunter
placement.
McAllister needs to interrupt this. So you gave it an A+. You enjoyed
A+, enjoyed it, yes.
Good.
And, by the way, Gal Gadot, hot.
it. Yeah, she is quite hot. I will
Yes.
say that. Not as hot as somebody celebrating a birthday today, Matt LeBlanc. He's 50 today. He is quite hot too.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's older than all of us.
Yeah. Is Chantel Van Santine is 25. Is 32. I'm sorry.
Who's
You
that?
know who that is?
I don't know. It's on IMDb. I'm checking it up right now.
No, okay.
No. She's a model. Okay. Moving on. And she was in Final Destination.
The first one?
I have no idea. Doesn't matter. So, well, let's go to my up this week. Being on vacation. Same as last week. Jeff, what's your up?
Wow, that was great.
Yeah.
Let's see. My up was Game of Thrones is back.
Yeah.
I'm up on that. I on vacation didn't get to watch it, so I had to watch 2 episodes Sunday night.
Oh, that's such a great thing.
So
Watching them both back to back is pretty cool.
Yep. So I'm up on that. Other things I'm up on, I don't remember. Probably other things.
Okay. I'm down on coming back from vacation.
I'm down on very long car trips.
How was it?
How was it?
How's your trip back?
Well, I mean, long.
Okay. It's a 12-hour trip. Yeah, 2 hours because you had a 2-year-old in your car.
2-year-old in our car. You had 3 kids in yours, so.
Our kids, the first, and this sounds really dumb, but our first 10 hours was actually really quick and pleasant. Like, my wife and I looked at each other like, this is really going smooth. Like, my kids ride pretty darn good. I'm not just saying that. They ride pretty good. Even my daughter has turned the corner in the last couple months or so, the last 2 car rides. So that was good. The last 4 hours, my youngest, I think, had like 3 dirty diapers in a span of 4 hours. So that took a long time. It felt like 6 hours, but it was only 4. But we got home in 14 and a half hours or so. So for a 12-hour trip, 12 and a half, I'm okay with that.
For a 12-hour trip, taking 14 hours was, it was much better trip going down.
Yeah.
Well, one, because...
Well, going down, you always have the vacation anticipation.
Yeah.
And then coming back, you got the vacation downer. It's like you're coming off of a high.
The best part about going
I mean, not
down...
that I would know anything about
I always
that.
like going down anyways.
Woohoo. The best part about the drive to Florida, was we left and drove in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Well, somebody else did the driving, so I slept for like 5 hours for that drive.
Nice job.
I fell asleep, just south of Cincinnati, and I didn't wake up till we were south of Memphis. So that part of the drive was great.
Can I say another down? Michael Phelps racing a fucking CGI shark.
Oh, that was terrible.
What the fuck?
If you remember, we talked about this. I said
So
the
I
only
brought it
way I
up.
would watch is because if there was a threat of him being eaten,
No.
and I knew it was going to be fake. And if you blocked out a part of your life to watch this and didn't realize it was going to be a sham, then you're an idiot.
I never watched it. I just read about it.
Yeah, I read
saw
about
a
it in
video
the
of it.
in the outrage of the people. I'm like, what did you expect?
It's like
It's a sham for Shark Week.
what? It's kind of like
A sham
it's-
for Shark Week.
they said. Did the Shark Week eventually? Should we just call it Jump to Shark Week now?
Yeah.
Because Randall Holt, RJ Holt 666, he had a quote on. He had a question on Twitter. Remember when Shark Week was cool? Remember when people were excited about it? I never was. But remember when people were excited about it? Not so much anymore. No one cares.
Well, it really is nothing other than they keep showing the same shark television shows or something that they showed for every previous Shark Week.
I feel like it's
A bunch of reruns that you see every year.
I feel like it's the same thing a couple months, about a year ago, when the guy was going to get eaten by a snake, and then people were pissed off because they only ate him up to his waist. It's like, well, what did you think was going to happen?
Exactly.
We
People
wanted
are
him to
innocent.
die.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Can we talk about one of the greatest things ever? Trainee McTrainface in Sweden. Did you see this, Jeff? Or Blake?
I just saw a quick blurb about it real fast. And I'm like, the whole Bodie face thing has just gotten ridiculous.
Yes, but this one, Sweden
This is
said
Trainee
yes.
McTrain face.
Yes, but Sweden said go ahead and do it.
Yeah, because
They
they're
accepted.
Sweden.
Because they are like, what the fuck? Here's the best part. They were naming trains after famous Swedish citizens. So there was a lot of Hans in there. This one is Hans Zimmer train. This one is the Hans
What about
Swedish
the
train.
ugly duckling guy?
Hans Christiansen.
Han Christensen.
He's Danish.
Oh, well, same thing.
Well, we failed. Oh, you know what? They're all Norse.
Well, they asked.
They're all Nordic.
They went to the internet,
Yeah.
and let's see here. They had over 1,000 people. Only 1,000.
Only 1,000?
Vote
Oh,
to
wow.
Christian a new commuter train. Trainee McTrain face in Sweden said, what the fuck? We're Sweden. What the fuck do we care? So they're naming it. They named it Trainee McTrain face, and they basically looked at UK, and we love the UK because we're on nerdly.co.uk, and they said,
Hello, Becca.
this is what happens because you wouldn't let Bodie McBoatface happen with 125,000 votes.
I'm from Sweden, yeah.
So they,
Oh, it's in my lederhosen.
yes. So another choice was somethingy McSomething face.
Beef jerky time.
But yes, so there you go. Trainee McTrain face. Congratulations, Sweden.
Awesome.
So
Good job, Sven.
well done. And I think, and we had a quick thing we'll get to in listener feedback about the Disney horror movies. So, did you, Blake?
Yeah, I listened to your Disney shit last week.
No, this is different.
Yeah.
This is what we were talking about.
Oh, by
Disney
the way,
horror films.
I was babysitting one of my nieces who's 2 years old. Mm-hmm. And Disney Channel, of course, is on the TV because you can't have it on anything else other
Correct.
than Nickelodeon.
Disney
shit.
Junior.
Well, Disney Junior, XD, whatever. And Snow White comes on.
I'm sorry.
And I said, hey, this is a classic, Snow White. You know, so the 2-year-old niece and the older cousin, 5 years old girls. I said, hey, watch this. It's Snow White. You know, that's not good for a kid.
No!
I'm
It's
like,
not as scary as
it is
Pinocchio.
scary as hell. And they send a guy that's actually going to kill her.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching the 2-year-old's face go through this like horrible and I'm like, okay, go back to let's
Doc
go.
McStuffins is on.
Who wants coloring books?
Let's do something more lighthearted here.
Oh, like,
Planet
oh my
of the Apes
God.
is on.
You know, realizing that as a kid, I remember being scared, but now I'm like, I forget the content. I just remember her turning into a dragon, green flame, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. I'm probably mixing my
That was
Disney
Sleeping
up.
Beauty.
Yeah, same thing. So I'm sitting there going, I'm like, you know, this isn't good for kids.
Yeah, it is.
For adults, yeah, maybe, but
teach kids fear.
Yeah, teach fear and behave and
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, I'll get to it. This is what the question was on vacation. I was
right.
trying to come up with if you took Disney horror princess movies and cartoons and made them horror movies instead. And you don't have to change much.
No, some of these you don't have to.
So then the idea was you had to also make a tagline. So this was the thing that we talked about. Brian Auer at Bauerfett said Tron, The Dark Web Rises. I'm intrigued by that movie.
The dark web rises.
Chris Richardson at 365, he had a couple. These are just a sampling. We did this for over an hour on Twitter, so I apologize.
Yeah, okay.
Pocahontas, The Genocide Begins. Cinderella, one woman's tale of lies and tricking a homosexual into marrying her. That was a little bit of a long one, but Beauty and the Beast, Don't Make Him Angry, Belle knows.
Don't bestiality. Don't judge.
AKA the Jonathan Mixon story. Let's see, from Epic Film Guys, Toy Story, The Toys Are Alive.
Yeah.
And from Neil at Dark Angels, Bambi, Your Mom Is Next. I like that. So you took a Disney movie and you made it a horror film. I like it. I think you could do it really easily. There was a lot more on Twitter that we did. We did about 30 to 40 of these. So
Yes, those were the best.
there's just some of those.
Or just a sampling.
Just a sampling.
Oh, okay.
I'll be honest. Got bored. The intern got bored typing them.
I do remember Bambi in the theater when I was a little kid. My grandma took me to go see that, and again, not another good cartoon to bring a young kid to. Another Disney cartoon that's not really good.
See, I think I learned
For kids.
my lack of empathy.
Yeah.
My lack of empathy for just everything. I think started with movies, and that was part of it. Bambi, when the mom died, my mom was like, "Oh my God, aren't you sad?" No, he's got his dad. That's fine. Let's go. I never understood yeah, it sucked. Oh well, moving on.
Yeah.
I was never. I think that's my lack of empathy in life. So I blame it on Disney cartoons.
Yeah. That's what makes you a great podcaster.
Thank you. Captain Admiral Kirk, he had an up-down.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have an up-down that you want to send it to us at Bad Ideas Podcast or on Facebook at History of Bad Ideas Podcast. He had down, San Diego Comic-Con is over and time for me to go home. The
Yeah.
up, all the toys and stuff I got at San Diego Comic-Con, no need to shop for Christmas for the kids. There was some fun little things at San Diego
But
Comic-Con.
can you
I saw.
hold on that long? Because you know what?
Hold
Today is Christmas in July.
It is July 25th.
July 25th. I don't know if Captain Admiral Kirk can actually... I'd have a hard time holding on to those gifts for Christmas for kids because I want to give it to them right away.
Captain Admiral Kirk might be our San Diego Comic-Con correspondent next year for
All
Hobie.
right, cool.
Quick thing, the Twitter poll of the week, since I was on vacation, I gotta let that slip. We have one video game console tournament.
You were on vacation.
Yeah.
Didn't you find it relaxing to be away from social media?
Yeah, I didn't look at it most
Isn't it
all
awesome?
day.
It's great to be disconnected. It's great
Yes.
to drop out, tune out and drop out.
Nintendo NES is already in the finals. This week going on right now on Twitter, you can vote Super Nintendo versus the Sega CD versus the Sony PlayStation. And I'll just tease it right now. The Sega CD actually has votes. I don't know what's going on, but they do have votes.
Those are the vote for the worst people that tried to get Sanjaya to win.
Sanjaya! Oh, Jesus. Okay, so let's do some listener feedback.
And we're starting off listener feedback as usual. We start off with Ape Hands,
Can't give yourself a nickname.
Doug.
Doug.
Anyways, number one fan Doug says Bengals, that's American football, received $55 million from relocation fees. Can they upgrade their stadium without using taxpayer money? Hashtag this league.
Can they? Yes. Will they? No.
No.
Again, we talked about the NFL and fuck that league. Let's just say this. I will say that the Bengals will never leave Cincinnati, and a little inside Cincinnati thing here, they have the best deal in sports because if somebody else
Best
gets
stadium deal.
deal, because if somebody else gets a nicer new toy at their stadium, they can upgrade to it, and we'll pay for it.
And the taxpayers pay for the billionaires' luxuries.
Yes.
To
Another
make
reason
more
why I'm
money
souring
off
on
of us.
Another reason I'm souring on the NFL. But hey, we're not doing blackouts anymore. Aren't you guys happy?
Well, yeah.
You shouldn't have been doing that anyway.
Oh, they shouldn't have, but I'm happy they aren't doing it anymore.
Yeah.
But
Well, you have to be watching Bengals games in the first place to appreciate it.
Well, the best part is
well, you coming from Cleveland, they had the long string of blackouts there for a while.
Hey, no,
It
they
was-
don't.
They did.
No, they didn't.
It was your senator that really got it pushed through.
What are you talking about?
well,
People in Cleveland that
Are you talking about the years that there weren't any Cleveland Browns
no
team?
I'm talking about.
Are you talking about that when
just hit the old
when the
lights.
man who shall not be named moved the team to Baltimore?
If you're talking about the last 16 years, because they really don't have a team during that time.
There's no
either.
blackouts. There's no longest blackouts. What are you talking about?
They had blackouts.
That's what's great about Browns fans. We don't do blackout streaks.
did.
They're sold out.
They weren't.
You're lying.
Look it up.
Fake news.
Senator was
Fake
Sharon
podcast.
Brown. Sharon Brown was all
know why?
upset because they kept blacking it. You
Yeah.
guys blacked out a Monday night football game.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hunter
If you're-
McAllister
You want to
says.
put your head in the sand? You go ahead and be an ostrich.
Wait. Maybe a flamingo? Penguin? Don't they all put their hand in the sand?
What about a dodo?
Oh, your team is like that. They're dead on arrival.
Hey, when we win 2 games this year, we'll have doubled our output. I'm not.
point. No one else can say
Nobody
that.
else can say that. The Bengals, nothing but losing in your guys' future.
You know
Anyways.
what? It really doesn't matter because it's fucking NFL and I don't care anymore.
Yeah, pretty much done on it.
True.
Anyways. Okay.
Money.
Thanks, Doug, for doing that.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's do baseball. We like baseball.
Yes, we do.
I want to do the. We already did the Disney thing, so let's do baseball, Blake. The MLB draft.
Live regarding Hobie's MLB draft.
This
Third baseman.
is where you pick your best favorite players.
Sometimes getting to third is better than a home run.
Yeah. That's later. That's later for Nick. Yes, we are at third baseman this week. If you want to join us, just let us know. Send us a list. I have a spreadsheet of everybody who they picked. You can pick anybody that played baseball during your lifetime.
Yes.
So there you go.
Apparently, old timers games count too.
Yes, we're pretty lenient.
Yeah.
I'll just give you some options. Dev, Dev the side guy. He has Brandon Inge and Adrian Beltre as his third baseman.
I'll be happy to put anybody else's 2 third basemen against his.
Okay. Let's see. He also Apan's Doug has Brooks Robinson and Mike Schmidt. So there you go. Let's see here. Sean at Pittsburgh Nerd has Mike Schmidt and Chipper Jones, but he almost took a juiced up Ken Caminiti.
He was an MVP one year on the juice.
Captain Admiral Kirk had Tracy Woodson from the LA Dodgers and Matt Chapman from the A's. His is the all-fictional baseball team, so from movies and TV shows. So there you go.
Do we know which movies or TV show these ones are from?
No, I have not checked those yet.
Oh, okay.
Randall Holt has Wade Boggs and Scott Rowland. So there you go. We're waiting for Besotted Geek and Des Hassing to send theirs in. So, and anyone else that wants to get in on this. So there you go. Jeff, who are you going with your third baseman?
I'm going with, well, I have to go with the guy who went to my alma mater, guy who, we share a common background with, Mike Schmidt.
Ugh.
What do you mean, ugh? Oh,
Mike
God.
Schmidt's a
Can't
good
stand
pick.
Mike Schmidt.
I don't
He's
know
a good pick.
Yeah, well,
He's up there with Rod Carew. Don't get me fucking started on Rod Carew.
but Mike Schmidt, and then with apologies to Scott Rowland, who I thought I was going to go with, until I realized I forgot about Chipper Jones. Good old Larry Jones.
Chipper Jones is a good one. I do like that. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Blake,
not necessarily a fan of the Braves or anything, but Chipper's run there pretty much coincided with when they were good.
okay. Blake, who are your third basemen?
I don't have any.
Okay.
'Cause I didn't prepare.
Good
And
job.
then, if I did, I would have come up with something witty, like 2 cricket players
Okay. Okay. But you
for
didn't.
our international fans.
But you didn't.
But I didn't.
Do they have third bases in cricket?
No, but they got wicket guys.
He's a cheeky monkey. Okay, well, I'm going with George Brett is my third baseman.
Okay.
And I'm going, because I need a leader on the team, I'm going Scott Rowland. I do like Scott Rowland.
No, like I said, I was probably going to go Scott Rowland until I was talking to my brother, and he's like, what about Larry? And I was like, I forgot about Larry. So
Here's a guy that, man, think about him. He used to have such a great career and fell off the face of the earth. Michael Lowell from Miami. Remember him?
He had a couple good years. I don't have
Yeah.
a problem with Mike Lowell.
I liked it. I'm just saying. He kind of...
Well, that's because he went to the Yankees and didn't perform as well at the Yankees.
how about the Big Panda?
No.
He ate himself out of baseball.
Right now, the one to look at right now is Nolan Arenado,
Yes.
Colorado. He's probably will end up making that list before his career's done.
Yep, Arenado. I had him in fantasy baseball, I think last year or the year before.
I was also thinking Tim Wallach, just because I really liked Tim Wallach growing up.
All right.
I really
Sure.
did. Yeah.
You want Chris Savo on your list too?
No, I actually almost picked Buddy Bell because I really liked Buddy Bell growing up. And I was like, I can't do that.
No, you can't. You're right.
Also, one guy, also just let you know, nobody picked Brooks Robinson.
Your
Thank
brother
God.
just did.
Besides him.
Well,
He doesn't have faith that we're going to finish this.
I'm going to say one. Not many people that are in our listenership were alive to see Brooks Robinson.
It's true.
play.
It's true.
I'm actually surprised Doug is.
Doug's pretty old.
Yeah, I know. He's only a couple years older than I am, I thought.
And no one also picked Evan Longoria.
Well, Chipper's better.
Longoria has kind of fell off the face of the earth.
He's not having that great of a year. I've got him on my fantasy team right now, actually, too.
Yeah. Brooks Robinson is still alive. Just to let you know.
That's a surprise?
Yeah, he's 80 years old. Anyway, so next week we'll be doing shortstops. If anybody would like to send those in, we appreciate it.
Or the
Brooks
international crowd could send in midfielders.
Ooh. Brooks Robinson played through 1977.
Oh, he played that late. I was thinking it was.
He only had 47 at-bats. He had 7 hits in his last year for Baltimore.
All right.
So just to let you know. He, the last 3 years of his career, 201, 211, and 149 batting averages.
All right.
So
there's a reason he retired.
Yes. So there you go. So those are our teams this week. And Blake, go ahead and do us some corrections.
Sure. So corrections coming from A-Pan's Doug regarding Disney rides coming to Disney World.
Jeff and I talked about this last week.
And he would know because, he's the Disney file.
Did we not say that Doug would be doing corrections for us?
He definitely called that one.
Yes.
He says Ratatouille is in Paris. Tron Coaster is in Shanghai.
I think we actually reversed those last week. So
I don't even remember. I know we talked about some rides coming over, and I got confused by what we were talking about last week, so I don't even know what we figured.
there you go.
All right, so next we got from Nikki, our favorite Kiwi, from Old Zealand.
New Zealand.
She says, I don't think I can listen to Jeff anymore. Australia? Question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation.
Yeah.
She didn't capitalize it. If she did capitalize, I would have yelled it.
Well, she capitalized the A.
Also, the Gold Coast is where all tourists go. What? Gold Coast of what? Africa?
Gold Coast of Australia.
There's
This
one in
is-
Australia?
This and the next two questions are talking about our top 5 vacation destinations we want to go to.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I need to address Nikki's comments.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
I'll do the
okay.
second part first. I'm like, everybody I've ever dealt with or whatnot, whenever they talk about Australia, the only thing they know is Sydney, and that's the only thing they ever talk about, and that's the only thing they want to go see as a tourist. It's probably different in New Zealand when you talk about Australia, but I'm just putting that out there.
I know a married couple that did a Lord of the Rings tour in New Zealand,
Yes.
and they loved it.
On
Yeah, we're
purpose.
talking about Australia right now because...
Yeah, but I'm talking about New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's getting to my next point. She's all upset because I put New Zealand at number 2 on my places that I want to visit, and Australia at number 1.
Yeah.
And she was fine with Jason tying Australia and New Zealand.
Hello.
My problem is I took New Zealand as a separate entity than Australia, where Jason is combining them together, saying the only reason I would go to New Zealand is because it's near Australia.
Well,
And
you might
she's
as well
fine
swing
with
by and
that.
hit it, you know.
I want to take a
If you're that
New Zealand
close.
trip separate from an Australia trip. I don't want to combine them because I want to enjoy New Zealand for what New Zealand has to offer, not because of its proximity to Australia.
Can't wait to Australia. One of those animals eats you alive.
Yeah, like the drop bears we talked about.
Yes. fucking
Koala.
drop bears.
The koalas.
So
Anyways.
there we go. But
Or get
since
molested by a
Nikki's
kangaroo.
not listening to me anymore, apparently, so she won't even hear that.
That's true. All right, Nikki, you can unplug your ears now. From Cotton at Big Cottoned. He says, I'm here in Phoenix, Arizona. You don't want to vacation here. That's all in capital letters. I'm sorry if your volume's turned up. It's monsoon season in Arizona. Dry heat does exist. Hashtag swamp butt and hashtag 108 degrees Fahrenheit and humid.
That is a hot weather.
I've been to Phoenix, Arizona,
too.
and I agree.
I like Phoenix.
It's hot.
It is
and
hot,
it's
but-
dry hot.
It's better than Florida heat.
How many windshields do you have to replace in Phoenix, Arizona?
A lot, I would say.
Yeah.
Actually, not a lot because they have a lot of tinted windows because
No, I'm
the
talking
heat was
about
coming in.
the sand and driving around. I hear that it actually could create a lot of
Issues.
issues. Yeah.
Oh, welcome to Insurance Talk on the Hobie Network. Claim Central will be premiering next Friday.
Yeah.
Everybody get excited about your deductibles. Are they a myth or not? Also,
They are not a myth. Deductibles are real.
Not at fault accidents. Do you really pay in the long run? All right.
Condon also has another quick question coming from Twitter right now because concerns his job. Why do women's
You're fired. Oh, sorry.
Why do women's lavatories always smell like low tide? This blunted custodian needs to know. Please send your complaints to Condon at Graphic Novice. That's all I got. Thank you, Condon.
I thought women's restrooms always smelled like hand soap.
They always do. They smell so
Hand
nice.
lotion.
They have like fucking couches in there.
Yeah, there's couches in our women's room at work. I don't get that in the men's room. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
but
even have
no.
magazines in there.
But I've seen what happens in a men's restroom. Even at work, it is nasty. People are
True.
fucking disgusting.
Yeah, we've talked about the clogged
I know.
toilet problem.
Yeah, but what I've noticed...
What do they do at work?
I don't know.
You know, we're working in a place that's open to the public, so public restrooms. Women don't know how to use trash cans, it seems like, because they throw all their paper towels on the floor. I don't know how many more times we have to clean up paper towels.
Well, if you put the wastebasket by the door on the way out, that would help.
Oh,
But I know what you're talking about.
Where I worked, we didn't have doors.
Yeah.
We just had corridors that you had to walk through them. So you didn't
Beads.
have to touch
They
a
have the
door.
beads
Ooh,
from
beads.
the 70s.
You didn't have to touch a door. It wasn't something like that.
Thank God.
This is from your holistic job.
With the beads on the door.
Yeah, sure.
Jeff is a very holistic man.
Holistic cinema.
Yes.
But it's like, and I can understand if they miss the can or they fall out of the can, if as long as they're near the can. Throughout the entire bathroom, there's
That's
just
insane.
paper towels
That's it.
thrown everywhere.
The men's room in a place that I go to work on weekends in DFAT, Columbus sometimes.
Yeah.
They're in the weekend, we're the only people there, and I go to the men's room and there's a pile of hand towels by the door. It's like people grab the hands, walk it out. They don't throw it in the trash can underneath the dispenser.
That makes sense.
But they open the door. They just throw it down on the floor. I'm like, what a bunch of pigs.
Yeah.
I agree. Fucking lazy bastards.
Assholes.
I think those are the people who don't want the germs of touching the door. So
I do
they
that too,
open
but
it
I also
with
throw it back
Yeah,
into
but
the
that's
trash
why
can.
you do the pinky hook.
Nope, you do your shirt.
You
do
know?
your shirt.
Oh
too.
my gosh.
Do your shirt.
Yeah.
Well, you just freaking open the damn
No,
door.
too many germs.
No.
Nope, too many germs.
Or use your teeth, but don't
Oh,
put
here
your
you
tongue
go.
on a door.
If you're
Don't-
that big
don't
of
put
it,
your-
wash the handle before you leave.
No, same thing. Fucking
Same
shit.
thing. There's no germs anymore. when
If
you
you're
wash it.
that,
cheeky
if you're
cunts.
that
That's what
bad,
they are.
if you're that bad, carry the goddamn hand sanitizer in your pocket. They make it small enough to do that,
I don't know what that is.
unless you've used it up in the men's room. But anyways,
For what?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It burns.
Doesn't make a good lube.
What you need is a good Louvre job. He's sitting there all day.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at art.
Oh, look at that painting.
No,
Oh, look at that.
Oh, those eyes just follow you wherever.
Come on, Mona Lisa.
Mona.
Look more uncaring. Come on, Mona. Come on, Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
Oh, let's do it, Lisa.
Yeah, see, that's why Leonardo called her Mona Lisa. That's right.
Give me those dead eyes that so many women have in the past to me. Come on, do it again. Give me those dead eyes.
I'm kind of scared that the plucked eyebrow thing is coming back.
I'm about to say, do you realize the Mona Lisa, like Whoopi Goldberg, has no eyebrows?
Yeah.
Oh, Mona.
Disturbs me.
Mona.
All right. Anyways, from Doug, he says, I like your top 5 places we could go get free accommodations from our podcast friends. Hashtag cheapskate.
Leave us alone. We're on vacation.
Hey, I'm not. Yeah, if you can give me a free handout, I'll take it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said hand out.
Hand out.
Okay. Woo.
I said out.
I'm sorry.
Although, hell, if you can give me a free hand job, I'll take it too.
We've hit a new low.
There you go, podcast partners. You want to get Jeff in your studio? Now
Hello?
you know.
Neil? Just asking.
Just
Dev?
You say that like that's a new low. I mean, come on, we've been lower than
the
that.
show has reached a new low.
Go ahead, Blake.
Recording episode 184.
No, regarding.
Oh, regarding. Sorry. I'm like, well, dude, we're on 186.
Yes.
Sorry, regarding. It's dark in here. I can't fucking see. Lamp. Regarding episode 184 and Hobie's first car, favorite cars. You know, we when we're talking about, was it my Monte Carlo first car stories?
We didn't even put this out on Twitter, but people just started talking about it.
There's
It's
something
great.
romantic about remembering your first car,
favorite car,
or
yeah.
favorite car, how you got it, why you liked it, what it meant. See, I was thinking about this when I was reading everybody's first cars, and nowadays I don't think young 16-year-old teenagers can relate as much as we did because the internet and social media is so prolific now. You know, you have your freedom. You have your freedom sitting in your basement on your phone, iPad, TV, PlayStation, game console, whatever. You didn't have that before the internet and all that kind of stuff. So when you got your car, your first car, that meant freedom, baby. That meant you got away from your mom and dad. You got out of the house. You could go places. Now you can go places on your phone. You know. So I think that's why the whole romantic first car thing is lost on the new generations these days. Now for them it's like what, their first iPhone? I don't know.
Yeah.
First cell phone? I don't know. But anyways, from Dev, he says, regarding first cars from episode 184, my first car was a 1984 Mercury Topaz. Second car was a 99 Geo Chevy Metro sedan. He goes, I miss that car. Probably a good gas mileage on that Geo Metros. I mean, those things were small and had like, what, 3 cylinders or something? But you can get like 60 miles per gallon.
Okay, I've got a question here.
What?
7.
I've met Dev.
Uh-huh.
I'm curious how he fit in a
Geo
Metro.
Metro.
Because his tiny hands. He could
It's
squeeze
probably
in.
the tiny hands. That's right. And, from Jeannie, my first car was 1994 Ford Explorer. Second was a 2002 PT Cruiser. So glad when I didn't have that car. Hashtag car hate. I would too, because the PT Cruiser was really just that. What is it? That Chrysler, that Plymouth. What's that chick car? All the girls had them.
Sure.
Prism?
No, not a Prism.
What was it again?
It's the chassis on the PT Cruiser was actually
Neon.
a neon.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
neon, yeah.
That was actually a neon
Yeah, it was a Dodge
with a
Neon
different
chassis.
car
Yep.
shell.
The funny thing is, after Jeannie wrote that about 1990 Ford Explorer, somebody wrote in, and I didn't put it on here. Somebody said, "Hey, that's what I'm driving now."
By choice. No, Jeannie. That's salty language, Jeannie.
Yes, she'll be
Okay.
on the podcast next
All right.
week.
Next one from Daddy Waffle.
Yeah, we love Daddy Waffle.
It's McDonough. He says 1994 Ford Ranger. That thing used to go off ramps the best.
Ford Rangers were fun cars, fun trucks.
They're all over the Far East. Let me
Are
tell
they?
you, that's I would prefer. That is the Afghan National Army combat vehicle.
The Ford Ranger.
That's why you can't buy them anymore. They bought them all up.
Probably the 94 ones.
Yeah. Now Toyota Tundras. That's the preferred car for ISIS. That's their battle wagon.
Battle wagon.
I'm serious.
Sounds like something
I'm
from
not
He-Man.
kidding.
No, I believe it just sounds like something from He-Man.
Yeah. All right. But anyways, Captain Admiral Kirk, 1954 GMC 100 pickup, then a 1965 Datsun pickup,
I like the
now known
50
as Nissan.
I love the 54 GMC 100. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, 1954, those nice curves. Did it have wings on them? That's what I want to know. Tail fins? Could be.
On the pickup?
Yeah. Hey, that used to be a thing back in the day. They had tail fins on everything.
Yeah.
Then let's see. Chad Rose, Mr. Chad Rose. My first were a 1971 Skylark in 1988. Wow. And in 1989, obviously it only lasted a year, 64 Mustang Ragtop 289. Dude, that's sweet. But I shared it with my dad, so not 100% my first car. And your dad's like, son, I want to drive that. Plymouth was mine. 95 Plymouth Duster.
Oh, God.
Talk about a diminished brand. My one buddy, Ronnie, had a Ford Nova. No, Chevy Nova. Sorry, Chevy Nova.
Crappy blue Chevy Nova?
Stick shift Chevy Nova. That thing was awesome. It had a lot of horsepower, but it had. You remember if you watch the old Joker's Wild, you can hashtag, or go to Google, ask for Joker's Wild, and that big throttle you pulled back to spin
Yes.
the cards. That's what he had in that Chevy Nova. And we joke about the Joker's Wild stick shift. So when he would shift gears, I would sit in the back, go, Joker, until I get thrown out of the car.
I just Googled the Plymouth Duster. God, I forgot about how bad those were.
Yeah. But next one from Trico Lutkins.
Hey, Trico!
Lutkins. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. Just next time, just send it phonetically for Jason. It says, the intern. Sorry. So Trico Lutkins at Trico, not Trico. Well, it's better visual, Joe. All right. I had 95 Intrepid. Hated it. I hate the goofy ass design of the inner tie rods and not being able to get to the battery.
I hated the Intrepids.
You see, the person that does his own maintenance, obviously, which is good. From Besotted Geek, Plymouth Acclaim, No idea what year, but pretty much looked like this.
He sent us a picture on Twitter.
Oh, I was going to say, I have no idea what it looked like. But go to our Twitter. Where can you find us on Twitter?
A Bad Ideas podcast.
Yeah, okay. And then
We update a lot.
from El Heno, first card, 1969, El Camino, black.
Never liked the El Camino growing up, but as I've gotten older, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Especially the old ones.
Actually, if you ask me what car El Heno had, I would say El Camino fits perfectly.
For El Heno.
El Heno, that's right.
I wonder what color it was. Oh, he said black?
He said black.
Black.
Okay.
El Camino, black. That's right.
Okay. There's one for sale right now. $14,995. I found a black one. There you go.
From 69?
Yeah. Yeah, 1969 El Camino. There it
Yeah,
is.
look at that thing. It's a nice shape. Look at that.
14,000?
Yeah, it's a nice shape. Look at that thing.
Here?
It's awesome. El Caminos are.
Oh,
Hey.
they're El Caminos.
El Caminos. If you're a classic car guy,
Oh, I'm not a classic car.
oh, there you go. But going back to my driving tangent, anytime the kids, the girls are 21, and anytime that they have to drive a period of time, like here back to school or anything like that, it's 45 minutes or an hour. Yeah. They argue the whole time about who has to drive. You know why? It's because they don't want to get off their phones for 45 minutes. It's crazy.
That's what you should have
Crazy.
a rule then. If I'm driving, you can't be on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I end up driving all the time.
Can't be on your phone.
Everywhere.
Shouldn't be eating up all your data minutes anyway on the road.
I want to have
exactly.
unlimited data. Hell yeah, I do. It's awesome.
Sure.
I'm trying to convince people that they shouldn't be driving on the road using.
Sorry.
Exactly.
One, it drains your battery pretty damn quick when it's trying to find data and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, we always wanted to drive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Driving meant freedom, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't anymore. You get freedom on your phone now.
I don't get it.
But hey, anyways, if you have a favorite car story or your favorite first car, let us know. Tweet us at
Bad Ideas Podcast.
There you go. So anyways, moving on. Captain Admiral Kirk's got some more. He says, were you happy with Comic-Con San Diego?
Sure. And we'll talk about it here in News of the Geek coming up.
All right, teaser. And then from Kevin, Hobie's thoughts on Joss Whedon's finishing Justice League.
$25 million in reshoots so far.
Yes, but do you know why there's reshoots?
They said they're trying to add a little bit more humor and punch up the dialogue.
Yes, probably because Wonder Woman did so well. They said, we can't fuck this up.
The problem, Nick, they're putting out these trailers. Oh, I hope they get better humor than what they're putting in the trailers.
See, we disagreed on this, Jeff, on vacation. I liked the Flash in the trailer.
I did like anything that was supposed to be an obvious joke. I thought was just so terrible and obvious.
Okay.
But the hard part is I just read an article before coming here and I didn't get it to you in time. I
know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
It's talking about, so the difficulty is all the big scenes and major scenes are shot. So they're trying to do in the tie-in scenes to link these major scenes together.
Yeah.
And the most interesting fact is Cavill.
This is awesome.
Superman. His mustache. He's doing all the reshoots in a mustache. So now everybody knows Superman is back in.
Yeah.
But
Well,
they
do
have to
anyway.
CGI his mustache out of the reshoots because his conflict with shooting a different movie
Mission Impossible 6.
where he has to have a mustache.
And he has a mustache.
And they won't let him shave the mustache. For
Correct.
Yes.
And the guy playing the Flash is doing okay because he's shooting the Fantastic Beasts movie, the sequel.
Oh, okay.
And that's Warner Brothers as well. So they said they're fine to, help each other. It's a Warner Brothers thing. They said Cavill is an issue, though, because he's flying back and forth from different countries.
He's flying back and forth.
They said, so it's killing, their time. He flew back from Australia to America for literally a one day of shooting with Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, some more scenes.
Hey, that's called dedication.
Here's the
And
best
if I
part,
was
though, they
shooting with
said.
Gal Gadot, I'd fly from anywhere.
Here's the best part. They said, luckily Ben Affleck has no other movies in the pipeline, so he's free to do the reshoots. That made me laugh. I don't know why.
By no other movies, you also mean The Batman.
Yes, which has been delayed.
Beware the Batman.
I just thought that was fine. These guys all have other movies. Not so much Ben Affleck, sorry.
All right,
Let's go on. Skip the listener reviews. Let's do some Nick Albright.
Oh, we can do the listener reviews real quick.
Okay, go right ahead. Do it real quick. We
because-
got a lot of listener feedback
Hey,
this week, and we appreciate that.
They had to listen to my Wonder Woman.
That's right.
So now we have to listen to theirs.
Okay, if you got a
All right, so
listener
real-
review, tweet us.
All right, real quick. Apans Doug, the boss.
Melissa McCarthy.
Started out with potential, ended in mediocrity.
She shat in a sink.
She did. I saw it. Next one, Kevin at Cincy Explorer regarding Dunkirk. Now, this is on my to-see list, by the way. Wow, all capital letters. Christopher Nolan is a bloody genius. A true filmmaker for our time. Also saw Spider-Man Homecoming. First half was good, didn't pick up until the second half. Also, what's with Paltrow getting top billing and credits?
I didn't even realize she was third highest in credits.
Gwyneth Paltrow's in what movie? Dunkirk?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, Spider-Man? What is
Yeah.
she, a teacher?
No, she's Tony Stark's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, pretty much everyone did. She showed up for the last 5 minutes.
And she
we're
just
all
third
like,
billing credit?
She's got a good agent.
I wonder how much she cost
Way too much.
for that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have done without it. I know they want to tie it in and
Yeah.
whatnot, but they could have done without it for the amount that it probably cost.
Yes.
And well, maybe it didn't cost them as much if they gave her third billing. I don't know.
I did like that suit, though. Spider-Man suit was pretty
Hey,
damn awesome at
you
the
know-
end.
Oh, I thought you meant the suit that
Gwyneth was-
Oh, well, I can't go wrong with that either.
Hey, I could always get me some more Gwyneth Paltrow.
No, she starts uncoupling, and I'm just
Hey, but that's the best part about her.
She's uncoupled.
That's right.
Crazy ones were the best ones.
That's right. Meow God. OMG. Loving Valerian.
Well, you're about the only one.
Yeah, I know I was about to say.
I love Valencia oranges, but I feel like it's going to be the same billing. Good for you. I'm glad you do. We got to talk about them, box office bombs.
But keep sending us listener reviews. All right, just because we make fun of you, that means we like you.
That's right.
Which brings me to Dez.
Oh, Dez.
We love Dez.
Our most educated listener.
He is our most educated listener. He says, I heard he graduated super magna cum laude.
Yes. Porn industry loves him. They're drafting.
Anyways, Des Hassing finished the mid-season finale of Fear the Walking Dead, and while I found some aspects of the Indian representation problematic, I thought it was pretty decent overall, at least within the construct of an antagonist. And pretty three-dimensional. I give it a B+. I also really like that they, B+ joke. All right. I also really like that they call themselves the Nation because pretty much all of us support tribal sovereignty.
He is part Indian, Native American. So
Yes.
we asked him a couple episodes ago what his thought was on that.
Yes, he's our local SJW.
So thank you, Des, for that.
Yeah, it's good.
I like seeing the other aspect of it, like how people do feel about it.
True, but I'm glad to the fact that he understands that in TV shows it's pretty much it's easy to make the antagonist a stereotypical character because
Yes.
you don't have to do as much character building. And you know what? I agree. I found it a little cheesy, but it was still overall okay. And so I'm glad to find that Does had kind of like the same opinion. All right.
Thanks, Des.
Next,
We got Nick Albright.
yeah.
Oh, I missed you, Nick. It's been a long, hard week without you.
What's Nick been doing without sending love questions to Jeff?
I think he's been using hand sanitizer more and more.
So, Jeff-alicious. Did you think there was too much
Never.
reliance on Iron Man
60 minutes, baby.
in Spider-Man?
That's illegal. He can't be in Spider-Man. He's only 15 in the movie.
Home
Oh, sorry.
coming.
Yeah.
Hashtag I'd be your inverted kiss any day.
Yeah, baby. Do it.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit too much reliance on Iron Man and Spider-Man, but honestly less than I thought based off the trailers.
That was a
All right.
very...
I think inverted kiss, wasn't that from the original
Yes.
Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyways, our Nick Albright music this week was Making Love Music, Sexy Songs for Tantric Love.
Ooh, speaking of Iron Man.
Inspired by Gwyneth Paltrow.
I see what you did there, Tantric Iron Man. I get it. Look at you. You're so cute.
Thank you, YouTube. Please don't sue us. All right. And finally, wrapping it up from Professor Number One at Dr. Number One. I would love to see Jason and Jeff rubbing suntan lotion on each other. Is there a video of that?
Yes, if you pay $225 per month for our Patreon account and take care of our podcast fees, yes, there will be.
Should I be consulted about that first?
You were passed out drunk. It's okay.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. I used hand sanitizer.
How do you think Hunter got his first name?
I'm Hunter McAllister. That was Southern. What happened? That was Louisiana. Hold on. I am Hunter McAllister. Hello. I want some sweet tea next to my estate. Thank you very much. I'm going to go skeet shooting after this. Yes, I am. Hello, Hunter.
Hey.
I am Remy LaCroix. Can I come over for some hunting lessons with you, Hunter McAllister? Well, of course you can, Remy LaCroix. I love that hula hoop you have. Come on over here. Pants optional. While you're speaking my language.
Imagine putting up with that for 7 days.
Oh, God. I pity you. How did you do it? I mean, with other than large amounts of alcohol.
There were large amounts of alcohol. And, well, also we got to tease Jason the entire week because within the hour of first getting to the condo, Jason got stuck in the elevator twice.
I did.
That's awesome.
Fucking elevator.
Yeah. Whatever.
He made everyone else afraid to use the elevator because of his incompetence.
Especially if he's walking around as Hunter McIntyre, I would too.
McAllister!
I'd keep my children away from him.
That's McAllister.
Hey, I have a question for listener feedback for next episode.
Yes.
And this is kind of off topic, but I was thinking about this on the way here because I had to go to a different dining establishment because of plans that had changed, and et cetera. And they put on their suggested tip amounts, right? Mm-hmm. And it went 15, 18, 20.
Yes.
And I looked at it because I normally, if you give me adequate service, I'm going to give you 20% no matter what.
I agree. You start at 20 and you
then I go back, or I'll go back down if it's not that good, or sometimes if the kitchen screws it up, I'm not going to hold the waiter or waitress accountable because
as long as they keep me informed.
As long as they keep me informed and fix everything. But anyways, tipping. Now this is something for our international listeners. This is a big American thing. You can tip, for example, in Europe, but you don't tip like we do. Or sometimes in Europe you pay a table fee, like those damn Italians will charge you a table fee to sit down, and then they just recently started gratuity automatically on their bills because that's what they do in Italy to tourists. But anyways, so America over here, right? Your salary is built in with the expectation of a tip in the service industry.
Yes.
So it's different here in the States. So anyways, the tip, I've always been taught, and this is where I got my next follow-up question. I've always been taught it's off of the subtotal. Not, you don't tip on tax.
You're
but
right.
This restaurant, when I looked at it, I said, that's not right because, believe it or not, I am good at math. I looked at it and I said, that's not right. And I figured out they were putting the tip total based off of total that includes your taxes.
Oh.
So I'm under the impression that tipping should be off the subtotal, not the tax.
Oh, you're 100% right.
Thank you. I thought I was.
But also tipping is also before any coupons you might use too.
Correct. I tip as though, if I got a $5 coupon, I tip as though that $5 was included in the coupon. Why? Because I used to be a busboy and I used to work for tips and shit. So I respect that. So anyways, my next question is, and I had my haircut this week, as you can see, haircut. Tipping for your haircut guy.
Yeah, I always tip.
20%? Does that still apply? 20%?
I have no clue.
How much do you tip? Because I had this thing because I'm moving and the movers gave me a bill and there was a line on there. They said, "Here's a tip if you like." And I asked them. I said, "Well, I've never tipped movers before. What's a good tip?" "Oh, well, you just put down whatever you like." I said, No. Tell me what's a good tip because these guys did a good job. Tell me what's a good tip, and they wouldn't tell me because maybe they're being too humble. I also let them keep an ottoman that I was going to get rid of. They say, "Oh, we'll take it. All right, here, have it. You want an ottoman? Take it." So, haircut guy.
So
how much do you tip your barber?
Haircut guy's about 20%. Yeah.
So if it's $10, you give them 12.
Now my wife just shaves my head, so it's a lot easier.
Yeah, I cut my own hair.
But when my kids
I don't get tipped from my barber.
But
when my kids go, I do.
Barbers tip the same as waiters and waitresses, or is there a different standard?
I usually do about 15 to 20.
I've also heard for barbers or whatnot, if they own their own shop, you're not supposed to tip, or that tipping isn't. But if they're working
if they rent that little facility,
or if they're working for like a big chain or something, then you tip them.
Like Supercuts or something.
Yeah, like if I go to Dan's barber shop,
and Dan's cutting your hair,
Dan's cutting my hair, then Dan's setting the prices, so he gets
everything.
Yeah.
But
okay.
if I'm going to Supercuts and Sandra's cutting my hair, she can't charge what she wants to charge. She has to charge Supercuts, so you tip them more.
In terms of movers, we did that one. We've had movers.
I'm going to get a bunch of bad press. People yelling at me. No, you tip everybody everything.
Yeah, but these are things I want to know.
Well, here you go. With
and
movers,
I was just thinking about it on the way here. That's why I'm bringing it up.
We got a family discount because my one of my relatives is pretty high up at a moving company.
Oh, now it gets even more scandalous. You tip your relative?
Well, he was. He just
but
sent
his company.
They sent the best movers,
but
because we're family.
Now you're obligated to tip because you're family, and you don't want to be the cheap ass.
We got a big discount, so then you kind of equate. So
now you doubly have to tip.
And I think we did 100. I think we did 75 or 100.
Yeah, but they didn't move my whole stuff. This was just stuff to get the house out for showing.
Oh, okay.
And you pay for a minimum of 3 hours.
I got you.
It's 2 men in a truck.
Okay.
And they did a good job. In Cincinnati, by the way, free advertising.
But
brought to you by 3 Men in a Truck.
When they moved everything for us, they did a great job within like 6.5 hours. They did everything from our old house to the new house. So we did. I think it was 75 actually is what we did.
Yeah.
Because my wife and I had that same discussion. It's like, well, they did send us some of their best movers. They gave us 3 people instead of 2. So then it's like, oh shit. So then you start, I think we did.
You got to tip each person.
We did 75 for the 2 of them combined, and then the foreman got 50 because he was just basically directing.
Yeah.
So we did 125 is what I remember correctly, but we did 75 to the actual 2 movers.
All right. So I was perplexed. Has tipping changed in the States to the point where now you're adding tax into your tip?
No. That is,
or that establishment's being cheap
to try and get you to
pay more.
Pay more, yeah.
Okay, but then the barber thing, because this disturbs me because I got a good barber. He only charges $10 for a haircut, so I've been paying him $12 this whole time. Now, in holiday season, I read you're supposed to pay like an extra haircut for like a tip. You didn't know that?
No.
Like you go to your hairdresser or something like that. In the holiday, if you're regular, in the holidays, you pay double, and that's your holiday thing.
I don't have a regular because my wife usually shaves my head. So for my kids, if it's a $10 haircut, couple bucks.
Yeah.
At Christmas time, I could see you doing $5 maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm.
All right. What about physical trainer at the holidays?
No.
What do you like? You get your tip your trainer something for the holidays or something?
At that point, it's going to get ridiculous.
If you want to give holiday bonus or a holiday gift to them.
Yeah.
I would think
if you feel it's a relationship that you think deserves to do it, but if they're expecting one, then
I would do a gift card.
Line of business.
All right.
I would do a gift card.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That sounds good. All right. So, I'm just interested. Other people come across these weird tipping
Mailman?
things?
Never tip a mailman. My God, let me tell you.
Hey, I've put McDonald's gift certificates in the mailbox.
Yes, and then I have to hear about it from Ape Hands, how he hates McDonald's gift cards. Did you know?
Well, then I should stop and give him nothing?
If you follow us on Facebook, Bad Ideas Podcast, you know that the McDonald's in Warrior, Alabama is giving away free puppies with their Happy Meals.
Yeah.
Apparently. Are you going to tell that story?
Yeah, why don't you? Now that you teased it.
So we stopped at McDonald's, in Warrior, Alabama.
Warrior, Alabama.
Warrior. I think the woman was on something, because the guy in front of me, what I was going to do in Warrior, Alabama, saying complaints. So anyways, this guy in front of me, he ordered chicken nugget meal, and she asked what type of dipping sauce, and he said honey mustard, and she goes, "Did you just say butter?" And he's like, no, honey mustard. She's like, because I was like, if you were saying honey mustard or butter, I'm going to be like, I've never had somebody ask for butter as a dipping sauce. But
wait
I
until
still have it.
Jason's in the next car. Yeah.
So
Wait until
then,
Jason's in the next car.
no, it was in line. It was inside. So then my kids wanted 2 Happy Meals. So I go up and I'm like, yeah, I need 2 chicken nugget Happy Meals. Did you say you wanted a puppy with that? Is that an option?
This is why they're going to kiosks.
And I'm like, no. She's like, because if you would have said, if you get a puppy, I don't get why, she's like, I just don't think I would have seen that before.
I'm thinking.
Or is this
her
something
and
that she
her
just-
coworkers are
This is
having
like a
fun.
joke?
Yeah, they're like.
Well,
Let's hear everything they say.
I would say that.
see what the
I think she
reactions
was
are.
high.
Oh, you think she was?
Yeah. So then I get back to the table and I look at my wife. I was like, apparently we're getting a puppy. And I was like, I don't know how we have room in the van, but we're getting a puppy somehow.
See, now on Facebook, I did say the whole reason you had this problem in translation is that you didn't start your sentence off with this, I do declare.
We won Alabama and Hunter McAllister should have made an appearance and not Jason.
I do declare.
I'll take
want
some
2
sweet tea.
Happy Meals.
Let me tell you, God,
And a
McDonald's
sweet
is awful.
tea.
God,
Yeah.
McDonald's is awful. That was about the only thing that we could find and that my kids would eat at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awful.
I know the struggles. Been there, done that.
I had a quarter pounder. Guess what? That meat is still nasty and salty.
You mean a McRoyale with cheese?
Jesus.
All right. So, anyways,
This is your listener feedback.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Okay, San Diego Comic-Con news. We'll go through some of these quick. Let's start with Westworld. Did you see the Westworld trailer?
yes, I'm kind of excited at the fact that Evan Rachel Wood and what's his name?
Yes,
looks like
Scott Summers.
they're hunting. Looks like they're hunting people.
I did not expect Doris to start killing people.
Yeah.
She
So-
was hunting them down.
Yeah.
Loved it.
And looking pretty pissed.
Yes.
That's awesome. And of course Arnold.
Yes.
You're like, hey, what's up? Are there several Arnolds?
well, he's helping the security guys. I like how they put.
I think he got reset, and he probably thinks he's still human.
Oh, I didn't think it.
I think that's why he's helping security.
I did like how it was cool to see the transition between the cars and the Western world. Like they're driving these cars.
It was pretty
Those
cool.
cars do not look present day.
No.
They look futuristic, which I know it takes place in the
Yeah.
future. They kind of look like the moon buggies.
Yeah, they did. They look
And so I'm like,
a
maybe
safari.
they're on another
Like a
planet.
safari car,
I did
And,
like.
and the Man in Black. I love how they show him at the end close up on the face, and he's got
Yeah.
blood splattered on his face, and he's got this evil enjoyment smile, like, ooh, now the stakes are higher now.
The one
Yeah,
they
he's enjoying it.
The one guy they showed running away, he looked like the guy that Jimmy or William let go naked. The one owner's son. And he looked like it from the back.
the Jimmy flashback.
Yeah.
Back when.
And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense because he would be older. But I wonder if it's another flashback or something. Maybe what happened to him.
could be.
I'm excited though.
flashbacks,
Yeah, I'm excited about it. It looks good.
I will say, I think it was the best trailer of all the trailers I saw.
Okay.
I have to say, I was fairly disappointed at the trailers that I saw.
Ooh.
I
All
think
right, so
before we
Westworld gets thumbs ups from
Westworld
everybody, right?
thumbs up. I think that made it was Doris shooting, like her hunting them, like Hunter McAllister.
Well, you're making an assumption she's hunting
Yeah, we don't know
humans.
Okay, it just looked badass. Her doing it.
Yeah,
let me
she
just
looked
say
pretty
that.
badass.
Her and Cyclops doing it is awesome.
It didn't look like her being the victim
yes,
character role that
She's
she's
done
always
with
been
that.
made out to be.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I was happy no Sir Anthony Hopkins in it. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with him not being in
Bummer.
it. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I was kind of upset the Man in Black is still there. Damn it. I'm glad, but I'm also kind of like, I wish they would have been done with him. Let's see, Justice League. I liked it more than the original trailer.
I was
I'm more intrigued by the movie now than I was.
I'm more skeptical of the movie based on it. I mean,
Was that Cyborg?
Yes,
Okay,
that's
I was
Cyborg.
trying to figure out who that was.
They actually showed that he has a purpose. He can hack into anything. They finally at least introduced the character to the audience that didn't know him. Mm-hmm. And he looked better in the CGI. Obviously, they've had more time to flesh it out.
All right, so everybody knows Superman is in Justice League.
Yeah.
But you don't really know how much he's in it.
Correct.
I'm thinking it's maybe the last
And
15 minutes.
probably the Alfred character. Well, apparently in a lot more because he's got that mustache and they keep bringing him back.
Yeah, they keep bringing him back for more.
Reshoots and probably, but you know they talked.
Maybe it'll be like Chris Evans, the reshoot for the end of the Avengers. Where
That would be awesome.
He just kept his hand over his face because he had a full beard because he was shooting that train movie.
Yeah,
Snowpiercer.
or there was the big controversy in the original trailer. Was it Alfred's talking to somebody saying, you know, glad you would show up, and then people think it was Superman's cape that's flying in a little bit of corner there.
The one idea is that in the glasses of Alfred,
The
there's
green reflection.
green reflection of Green Lantern, and they did announce Green Lantern Corps this weekend.
Yeah, so it could be they're happy that the Green Lantern's showing up.
And they even talk about the lanterns in the trailer. That's why Steppenwolf came there on Darkseid, because there's no lanterns to protect the planet.
Ooh,
In one of the quick little things.
all right.
I can't get past the name Steppenwolf. I can't. I
I
keep thinking
can.
of the rock band.
Yeah, I know it's awesome.
I'm like, God.
Born to be wild.
Riverdale.
Oh, I think of the Herman Hesse novel.
I don't know that.
I know. I got your reference.
Riverdale, the trailer.
I refuse to
Hands
watch it.
down, greatest trailer ever.
That's the
I'm
sound
talking
of one man clapping.
bar none. Greatest trailer ever.
I refuse to watch it.
Marvel's Inhumans. Jeff, you were excited about this one.
I'm not.
It looked better than the first one. I will
It
say
looked
that.
better. I'm actually intrigued by it, but the Medusa stuff.
Yeah, with the hair.
Bad. Yeah,
I
It's
thought
like,
the dog looked bad too. Lockjaw.
Is this the trailer that people actually laughed at?
Yes.
Yeah,
And so that's why they're starting to panic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's past one season on
I think
TV.
I think the CGI on Medusa, and I don't know how it's got to be difficult to make it look like someone's actually controlling their hair to do stuff. So I know it's difficult, but it looked pretty bad. And Medusa's costume was bad too.
Did it look as bad as Medusa from Clash of the Titans?
And the stop play animation.
Yeah, maybe worse. The Harryhausen's claymation from Clash of the Titans looked better.
Blake likes it because the guy opens his mouth and he kills people.
That's right.
I'm not good at oral sex.
No.
Let's see here.
Ready Player One.
Here you go, Jeff.
Now,
Ready
Jeff
Player
want-
One. Dr.
now,
Bednar wanted to be here, but he couldn't. He was on call at the hospital. So,
He had to write a new song for a patient.
yes. You are dying. Sorry about that.
Now, Bednar did want me to read that while I was on vacation. I didn't get around to it, and I think he's upset at me for not reading it. But I want to read it. I just don't have time.
And I got another follow-up after this,
go
so
ahead.
go ahead.
I'm just Ready
Steven
Player
Spielberg.
One. I don't think it really did any justice to what the hell is actually going on in the book. And they spent a whole lot of time. Like the majority of the clip is the car race that was like small fraction of the story, and I'm like, if you're trying to draw this part in to make me excited of the movie version of this book I love, I think they showed all the wrong stuff.
Oh, no. But I seen a little thing about all the Easter eggs are in the previews, though. Do you see that one? They're pointing out the Easter
Iron
eggs.
Giant.
Yeah, I saw the admins. Oh yeah, there's the DeLorean, and yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I like the DeLorean.
I mean, now granted, I'm not stopping through, and I'm not going frame by frame to try and mine what's in there because I think you got too much time in your hand if you're doing shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm watching it at regular speed. I'll give you my impression.
Well, car chases are great action sequences.
And that's all they were doing was showing you a great action
That's
sequence.
it. Kind of like trying to show a action sequence for Tolkien. You know, the whole battle, Helm's Deep is not even a page and a half, but it's like 3 hours in the movie.
One of the Easter eggs in it that I'm looking at here, I'm looking online, Collider.
Collider.
The ninja-looking fellow, when he's walking down the hallway,
Collider.
is Deadshot from DC. And also Gandalf is dancing in the background. So there you go.
How did I know we were going to talk about Tolkien?
There you go. Let's see here. The Iron Giant is in there, obviously.
Iron Giant.
There's a reality version of Joust from the Atari from
Oh,
1982.
I love that video game, Joust.
I did too.
Joust has an important,
I mean, I wouldn't last more than 6 seconds, but I love that game.
But then you got laid up as an egg. The egg came
Yeah.
back out. You came back out.
Joust plays an important part in the book.
Christine from Stephen King's book is in there. The car that killed people. Just to let you know. Okay, so I know nothing about Ready Player One. I know you love it, Jeff. Yeah. I looked at it, and I was with Jeff, obviously, this on vacation, and we saw the trailer, and I said, okay, from an outsider that knows nothing about it, that looks like the most generic, futuristic trailer you could put in. Okay, there's a car race. I know nothing about it except the one kid likes the 1980s because he has one line about the 80s. I wish I was born in the 80s. That's it.
Yeah.
It looked generic.
I actually read some of the book reviews because I almost got to the point of buying the book and downloading it, but then I got distracted and do something else. But I was reading the reviews, and I'll probably say about 9 out of every 10 review was positive for the book.
Yeah.
But there was always that 10th review where it was somebody who hated the pop culture references or couldn't identify with the pop culture references. Would probably be the only thing that would hold the movie and the book back.
There's very good chance that
If you're not up on your 80s pop culture.
I mean, it is definitely geared towards someone with my background.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see people who don't get the references are completely bored by it.
Yeah.
They said Spielberg has said the Iron Giant will play a big role in it.
And I heard Spielberg, because there's a bunch of pop cultures in there. Spielberg directing this movie was
Going to put all of his in?
No, was very hesitant to put any of his in.
Oh, really?
It's like he was trying to avoid, because he didn't, I think, want it to look like an ego trip or something that
Yeah.
throwing all his things. I'm like, oh wow, because there are obviously references to Spielberg things. I mean, I know obviously the DeLorean because he produced Back to the Future and other things, but it's like, well, you can't have it without the DeLorean. If you couldn't get rights to use the DeLorean, you can't make the movie. That's a big one.
They said Ernest Cline came out. He's been talking for the last year. I was reading some stuff online today that he is looking to make a sequel to the book.
Okay.
So he is the author of their book, obviously.
Is it going to be Ready Player 2?
Probably.
There you go. Let's see here.
Stranger Things 2? Did you see that?
Stranger Things 2 looks awesome.
Oh yeah.
It looks very interesting. It's not on the
Yeah, I just
outline.
put some.
I just put it
on
in.
the outline.
I
Stranger
interpret
Things
it-
was a good.
Yeah, I interpret that to be the etc. that he put in there.
Yeah, that looks awesome. I love it. Stranger, as long as them all dressed up as Ghostbusters is awesome. I like how they're all coming for everyone else except the one kid that was taken. Was that Mike? Or whoever it was?
Yeah.
No.
I can't remember. Will?
Will, yeah.
Will was the one that's taken. Mike was the one that was
Helping.
in love with Elle.
Winona Ryder looked batshit crazy, so that's good. She's back in it.
It's awesome. They almost got almost everybody back.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
nice.
And they added Sean Astin. Did you see that? His cameo?
No, I
He
didn't.
was in it for like 2 seconds in the trailer.
Oh, shit.
And what about what's his name? You know, the guy who plays the sheriff.
He's in there?
Matt Modine?
Yeah, Matthew Modine.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Matthew Modine
No.
is the sheriff. How did that look in the?
Thor Fraggle Rock came out?
For everybody that doesn't get the Matthew Modine joke, that's who Jason thought was playing the sheriff. In which Matthew Modine tweeted out was to us,
Yes.
to you, thanks. or whatever for the reference.
Thank you, Matthew Modine, for mocking me. The real Matthew Modine.
Yeah.
Thor Fraggle Rock came out. That looked fun. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I told you I saw that trailer in the theater and laughed.
There's a new one.
Oh, great.
There's a new one.
There was a new one. This one didn't look as good.
You didn't think so?
Not at all.
Okay. Let's see here. Also, they announced the Skrulls are coming to Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're in Captain Marvel, which that takes place in the 1990s. The Skrulls can change shape, correct?
Yes.
They're like
And they can-
doppelgangers.
Yep. they can become anybody. And that's why Secret Invasion, which was a decent little run, they started impersonating superheroes. So the idea is now that's how you get around Captain America, Tony Stark, like the actors, being done with their contracts. The idea is that, some of them were Skrulls recently, so you can recast them. I don't know how, but there you go. Captain Marvel takes place in the 1990s, and when they asked Joss Whedon when he was doing the original Avengers movie, I was reading this today, they asked, he wanted the Skrulls instead of the Chitaurians as the alien invasion. And they said, well, how come you didn't use the Skrulls? He's like, maybe in this universe, they've been around since the 90s and have integrated into the society. He said that back in the Avengers when that was filming. So the idea is now that's what the second Avengers instead of Infinity War is. It's going to be Skrulls.
So Infinity War will be the one coming out next year or whatnot.
Yeah.
But then the fourth Avengers movie will probably be Secret Invasion, we're hoping.
And supposedly somebody may or may not have leaked the Avengers Infinity War trailer at San Diego Comic-Con online. I would never watch that because that's not right. You can't find it anymore. But the funny thing is the person allegedly showed it at an angle behind somebody's head, so you saw like half of Thanos. He supposedly is throwing the parts of the moon at the superheroes.
Oh, great.
But yeah, and supposedly, it looked badass, but allegedly it was obviously the guy's trying to hide that he's filming it. So like everybody that saw it was like, what the fuck am I watching? Yeah, I see part of Chris Pratt's head. Okay, there's the squirrel. That's it, or Rocket Raccoon. I mean. So, it got good reviews.
But you gotta admit, even part of Chris Pratt's head is enough.
Which one? Just the tip. Just the tip. Real quick, also, DC is announcing Flashpoint is their Flash movie, which in the comic books, that rebooted the whole DC universe. So, the idea is that they are already rebooting the DC cinematic universe by replacing some characters.
Yeah. So... Blake will be thrilled to find out that the Flashpoint storyline involves time travel.
Oh, Jesus.
And resetting everything that way.
Oh, God. Are you serious?
I so wanted his reaction. Yes.
Oh, God.
There's so much time travel. Thomas Wayne is Batman. Bruce Wayne died. He was the one that got killed in the alley. And Martha Wayne becomes the Joker.
Oh, my God.
On the side note, Walking Dead had a trailer. Did you see that, Blake? That was some action-packed shit.
It looks like The Walking Dead Road Warrior Edition.
Yes, it did. So, and Pacific Rim Uprising came out.
The trailer. Another excuse for giant fighting robots versus monsters.
John Boyega is in it.
Which we discussed this back in the day with our podcast about how faulty that plot is.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't think that's the point. It's just to make robots fighting monsters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Quick thing. Also, did you see, like on Stranger Things at the very beginning, not to go back to, they were playing Dragon's Lair? Oh. I love that they were playing Dragon's Lair.
I hated that damn video game because you died like 1 minute into it. I mean, I died faster in that than Joust.
I loved the game, but yeah, you're right. It was like impossible to play.
I moved to the left.
Yes, it's the laser disc. It was a laser disc video game. Laser disc video, and based upon your movements, it never synced up. Especially if you're out of sync, you're screwed. Even the goddamn one with the balls going back and forth, and everything, you'd like move forward and back. Yeah. No hope whatsoever.
It's like you had to time it perfectly, and of course, it takes you 8 or 9 times to time a board. So if you get that board timed, it takes you like at least $2.
Yep.
And you don't get that board again.
And that was when that still cost 25 cents.
Yeah. But it's like, and then when the next time you play, that board isn't even there, and so it was a quarter.
But that was the neat thing. That was the neat thing about it. It would never follow the same game sequence.
That's true.
Stranger Things, the Duffer Brothers, who write it and created it, did say that they have a idea of when the show's going to end. They're not going to keep going on like Walking Dead. They actually have an end point. So there you go.
Good. That means they have a definite good story line.
Yes.
No meandering 7 seasons like Lost.
Lost only lasted 6.
And a movie.
And it felt like 7.
Real quick here. This is a quick last thing for TV news, or for News of the Geek. Per CBR.com, Blake, you enjoyed this article, and I did too.
Yes, I did.
There's a TV urban legend stating that the original unaired finale of Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon, ended with the reveal that the kids had all died during their original amusement park. What happened was, at the start of the series, they went on this amusement park ride.
They went into the mouth.
Oh.
The mouth of a cave, Dungeons and
coaster.
Dragons roller coaster. You go into the mouth and they get magically transported.
To another realm where they're each given a magical item and take on the attributes of a Dungeons and Dragons character.
It didn't exist yet until they came out with the Unearthed Arcana, by the way.
Yes.
Because they had Acrobat and Cavalier, and those character classes didn't exist in Barbarian until the Unearthed Arcana came out.
That's what I was saying.
So anyways, go ahead.
They fight against the evil Venger. Anyways,
Venger.
whatever.
Venger.
One of the most common writers on the series was Michael Reeves. He wrote an unused finale to the series.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, cartoon shows would rarely wrap up, and the whole idea was to come up with a show that could air reruns repeatedly. So there never was any sort of need for a final resolution, which I never thought about.
like standalone episodes of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, did the kids never quit?
No. They did
They
get
didn't go off and find other jobs. And
Yeah, they didn't have to, like, go to work or anything.
Shaggy at the sandwich shop.
Yeah.
Dungeons & Dragons did get a chance at a finale, but then it was scrapped. This had led to many rumors over the years that Reeves' original finale was set to reveal that the kids died on the amusement park ride, and the whole series was set in an afterlife.
Lost.
Reeves explained on his now defunct personal
not the afterlife,
website.
It's magic.
I was waiting for Jeff.
He said, to quote or to sum it up, he said, talking about the last episode, we learned that the rumor is that we learned that the kids actually died on the roller coaster, and that supposedly took them into the realm, and that they are in fact imprisoned in hell, being tormented with a complex fantasy by the devil masquerading as Dungeon Master. And do I have any words to share with the masses about this issue? Yes. Bourgeois, Poppycock, and Balderdash. Love a good Brit. Love Brits. There's no such episode, he says, as even a moment's rational thought would reveal. D&D was a very dark, edgy show for its time.
Yeah, it was.
We took the show about as far as you could go on kids' TV at the time. As an example, the script for The Dragon's Graveyard, a second episode season he wrote. The kids contemplate killing Venger in order to find a way home. Which caused a battle royal with broadcast standards and practices.
Of course.
The chances of an episode with a plot like the one described above, about the death, even making it past the initial 3-line pitch were, and still are about as likely as Superman snorting kryptonite. I love Reacher.
I want to see that.
Yeah, there you go.
Like Superman getting addicted to snorting, crush it real small and snort it, and it gives me like some weird high that I can't get. You know, it kind of makes me lose my powers a little bit. But oh man,
He did release the original script that he wrote for the finale online.
Yeah, he put it online.
And he said, he's like, I hope it lives up to reasonable expectations. If it does, I'm glad. If not, my apologies. But do try to keep in mind a mantra that has served me well over the years. It's only television. So I thought that was kind of fun.
It was. I love that cartoon series.
I remember barely seeing it.
Yeah.
Like a couple episodes here and there.
Hey,
That's it.
You know, those magic items appear in campaigns every once in a while.
I never realized that the cartoons never ended. It makes sense, but I just never realized it.
Yeah. Never ended.
There is your news of the geek. September 22nd through the 24th, the Cincinnati Comic Expo invades the Duke Energy Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Hobie will be there, but along with us, there is a lot of great guests. Carrie Yules, I hope I said that name right, from The Princess Bride, Saw, Twister, As You Wish is there. Brett Iwan, he is the voice of Mickey Mouse. He will be there as well, along with Jason Isaacs from The Patriot. Yes, I led with The Patriot. Harry Potter, and he's in the new Star Trek Discovery on the CBS Online app. Julian Glover is back. He will be there from Harry Potter, Empire Strikes Back, and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It was touch and go, but he will be there. David Bradley from Harry Potter as well, and Game of Thrones and The Strain. And Caroline Blackstone. Blackstone? Yes, that's right. She is from Return of the Jedi, and she is her final USA signing. So get your comic Expo tickets at www.cincinnaticomic-expo.com.
Do you ever wonder when Spider-Man goes to the bathroom if the toilet paper sticks to his fingers?
Do you ever wonder why Superman wears his underwear outside of his pants?
My name is Imran.
My name is Anthony.
He's the Jock.
And he's the nerd.
And we're your hosts for the Jock and Nerd podcast, where we sometimes try to attempt to answer these questions.
This is a full spoiler podcast, and we swear a lot.
Check it out for awesome geek news, interviews, and comic book reviews. Visit jockandnerd.com. We are your superhero TV, movies, and comic book culture curators.
Boom.
Jockandnerd.com. Jock and Nerd.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
Yes, we have bombs to talk about this week. Per Apan's Doug.
Way to be, Doug.
Valerian had a budget of $209,184,000. Why the $184,000?
Because they want to really show how much money they're going to lose.
I mean, they could have just said 210,000 or 200,000 or 210 million. I mean, but now they had to throw. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't say $184,264.83.
Anyway, Slice it. We're going to lose a shit ton of money on this.
Yeah, so we'll discuss about how much money they lost when we get to them in the report. Also, Bombs, Part 2, Apan's Doug.
Good job, Doug.
Cars 3 is the worst Pixar movie in terms of worldwide gross, as it has made only $196 million.
That is shocking to me.
In contrast, Good Dinosaur is the second worst, and that's made over $330 million.
How is Cars 3 not making us enough money to surpass Good Dinosaur? Have you seen Good Dinosaur, people? It is horrible.
Yeah, but the thing is, people saw Cars 2.
Oh,
And
that is true.
They weren't going to put their money at Cars 3.
You might be on something because Cars 2 was trash. That was awful.
It's pretty much decided, even with The Good Dinosaur being a bad movie, Cars 2 was the worst Pixar movie.
Good Dinosaur. I would like to say that there was, opportunity for a good movie in there somewhere. I don't know where it was, but Spot was fun. That was about it. Ugh, fucking dinosaur. Arlo. Glad you went extinct.
So how do you really feel?
Fuck that movie.
At least turned into oil.
All right, the top 5 of our box office report from July. Those are the wrong dates.
Those are wrong dates. Keep going.
Of last weekend. Dunkirk made $50.5 million in its opening weekend on a budget of $150 million.
Looks good. I still have to see it.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I want to see it. Don't know if I go into the theater to see it or not. I need to hear more reviews, although Kevin really liked it.
Are they going to have to put subtitles for American audiences so they
Probably.
understand the words?
You cheeky cunt.
Yeah, they'll probably use the Queen C word.
The Queen
a
C
lot.
word.
Cheeky cunt.
That's the Queen C word. Send your complaints to Jason at...
Graphic
Send your complaints to
Graphic
Hunter
novice.
McAllister at graphicnovice.com.
Hey, I saw Who the What Now released a podcast.
They did. We're part of their Danger Entertainment.
Danger Entertainment.
And congrats to Michael Liao for kickstarting his Kickstarter again. Funded.
Yes.
Miguel Leal.
Michael Liao. I got an email saying my comic book will eventually be done.
Yeah, I also saw on there Michelle Leal.
Yes.
Apparently a big Pixies and Kim Deal fan.
Who isn't?
And and she had posted she had hoped that her daughter would grow up to be as kick-ass as Kim Deal. And I wanted to respond, except for the heroin addiction part.
Good part not to do that.
But I like the Deal sisters. They kick ass. From Dayton, Ohio. All right, continue.
Continue. Number 2 this week. Girls Trip made $30.5 million in its opening weekend on a $19 million budget.
Really, America? We warned you last week. Every stereotypical character is in this. Stop it.
If it only takes you $19 million to make it, you're going to keep making them.
They said the studio was shocked by this. They were expecting 15 to 20 million, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, what happened?"
Well, apparently it was a lot of women's night out last weekend. Well, all the men were going to see Dunkirk. They decided to go see Girls Trip.
I just felt like I just felt like a studio executive's like, I'm going to bed Saturday night. Let's see what's going on. They wake up Sunday. What the fuck? We made $30 million on this? Thank you.
So maybe it's better than you're giving it credit for.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Number 3, Spider-Man: Homecoming has made $22 million, a total of $252 million on a $175 million budget.
That's fine. I'm good with that.
I see a sequel coming.
Yes. Trilogy, actually.
Trilogy, even. Yeah.
Number 4, War for the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, good God.
Made
Stop it.
another $20.5 million, a total of $98 million on its $175 million budget.
Good.
No.
Good.
Stop it.
Good.
It's got great reviews.
Fail.
Fuck you. I'm going to see this. I may see it in
Go
theaters.
ahead.
I may see it. I like the first two.
Wait until it comes out on Redbox for a buck.
Who the hell knows?
Actually, hey, Redbox isn't a buck anymore. It's $1.99.
What?
$2?
Yeah.
Per night?
No, for one overnight rental.
That would be 2 nights. Oh, just
No,
one
no,
day.
Hey, this is why Jason pays too much on his mortgage. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Is Redbox, like, you can keep it for as long as you want, can't you?
No, Redbox, you gotta send it back the next day.
You gotta stick it back in the box
Yeah, you do.
I mean, but, like,
for as long as you want.
That's called marriage.
so you're only allowed to use Redbox for, like, one day?
No, for one overnight, for one day, it was $1.99.
Every additional day is
Every
another
additional day is like
So-
another. Yeah, so you can hold on to it as long as you
Well,
want,
yeah,
but you're gonna
they'll
pay
keep
for it
track.
day by day.
No, but I'm just stunned. I thought they let you hold on to movies for several days.
I've never
Like,
used Redbox, so I don't
haven't
know.
either. That's
You
why.
can't hold on to it. You just
Well, but you
just
have
pay.
to
You
pay
just pay
more.
the Blockbuster fees.
I feel like
But Blockbuster let you have it for 5 days.
Yeah, but that was after they got sued. After they had those $1,000 fees for for not rewinding and not turning it in the next day.
I feel like 2012 called. They really want their Redbox discussion back. Sorry, go ahead. They said War for the Planet of the Apes. Sorry, they're a little worried that it may not be making that big of a profit. They said it's barely going to make with worldwide totals. Yeah. They said they were planning to do a spinoff, and they don't know if that's going to happen now.
They realize that that Planet of the Apes is a pretty old franchise.
The idea doesn't
they're
carry
not all
anymore.
that great.
No,
The new movies are good.
Hey, look at it this way: it could be the end until the real Planet of the Apes starts. But they already made that movie twice, so who cares?
Just wait for the reboot in 5 years.
Whatever. Confucius? No. Lucius? What's his name?
Confucius. Caesar?
Caesar. Yeah. I was thinking Julius.
Julius Confucius?
Julius Caesar.
Never heard of Julius Confucius. Is that?
I was thinking, aren't those names of some of the apes in the original?
They are in this one, too.
Yeah, okay.
Not Julius Confucius, though, just Caesar.
Oh, okay. Bozo.
2 Socrates? Sorry.
You know, if they went with that concept, they may have made money.
Number 5 this week. Now we get to talk about Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets.
Sorry, Meow God.
Made $17 million in its opening weekend on a $209,184,000 budget.
Now, if you remember when I saw this trailer in the theaters, I told you I didn't even want to go see it. The trailer, I'm like, that's too fucked up and weird. I don't care.
Well,
it looked Fifth Element
like. I wasn't intrigued. And the second trailer I saw, I'm like, wait a minute, this is a different movie than the first trailer, isn't it? These 2 trailers weren't for the same movie, are they?
It just looked too weird. I mean, I didn't like it.
So, per Variety. Let's get this thing going here.
Rarity.
Perverity.
Variety.
Are you sure?
The disastrous opening weekend in the U.S. of Rock Bisons, Valerian, has left Europa Corp.
Europoa. I was about to try to correct him for his pronunciation of Luke Beeson, but Europoa.
The Paris-based company saw its stock value drop 8.31% on Monday after this. It's down to $4.11. Shit. Believed to be the most expensive movie of all time with a budget of $180 million. We corrected you on that, Variety. Landed in 5th place in 3,553 theaters. So they said Tim Westcott, a senior analyst at London-based IHS, pointed out the risky strategy of first launching in the U.S., which is not a DC Comics or Marvel franchise, and it's an unknown property outside of Europe. So that's well done.
Europa? Europoa?
Now,
it was
European. It did not do much better in Canada, Israel, or Germany, the other markets it opened in. Yes. So they said, I would advise you not to buy into Europa's stock this week.
Hopefully, for their sakes, the French market, it'll be big.
Luc Besson does sound French.
Luc Besson.
French or Belgian, you know.
I want to know how you get Luoc from that.
Luoc.
It's three. He is, but it's 3 letters. And you're
Lick.
Valerian is France's most expensive film ever. The second most expensive film was $2 million.
So what you're saying is they're going to give up early?
$2 million?
No, I'm just making that up.
Like it's 10 times more expensive.
10 times.
Luc Besson said, you should see it because it's not a Marvel movie. It's different. Well, maybe not.
He's got a point, though.
It looked
we keep
too different,
complaining
though.
about only watching franchise movies.
It looked like
someone
Avatar on
puts something out.
steroids when I looked. That was my thought.
Oh,
And
it looks so much better than Avatar. That was a piece of crap movie.
Except for the parts Jason Brown was in.
Except for those parts.
Yeah.
Let's see. The best part is there's an 18-minute one-take shot in the film.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. He actually had to explain it to the crew for an hour, but he said they were smiling, but I could see on their faces they didn't understand a thing. So he actually recruited the entire student body at the local film school in France to help with this.
Film school.
He went to French film school to get that because the crew
did not know what to do.
Didn't
too
understand.
dumb to figure it out.
So he
or
brought
was there
120 students to the soundstage, and we shot the entire scene.
Was there like a language barrier or something?
I don't know. So yeah.
See, the French should just stick to existential movies. When they try to do sci-fi action, it just doesn't work.
The French should just stick to movies that talk about how great
Chocolate.
it is to be French.
Yeah, exactly. In chocolat, in menage à trois,
New Republic,
and tendresse cuisines.
New Republic film review said the gorgeous stupidity of Valerian is how they reviewed it. Oh,
Man, can you imagine somebody pouring their life into this movie and we're just like making fun of it? I feel bad now.
Let's go watch it. Let's go support them.
I want to see it. I kind of do.
I'll wait for Redbox.
They said it's boring. How many nights are you going to keep it? I'll be honest, I don't want to see it because that Dane DeHaan, a.k.a. Green Goblin from the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans, he creeps me out. His face scares me. I don't know what it is, but
yeah,
he's creepy
now
looking.
we talked Dane DeHaan here shortly in the buy sell. I'll give you my observations about the guy.
Let's see. Rihanna and Clive Owen are both in the movie. Hey, take a drink. Clive Owen's back.
Yay!
A Clive sighting?
Let's see here. In one sequence, the female lead has to lure a jazz-loving Frenchman to take her fishing
for some chocolat and some Cabernet Sauvignon.
so they can find
Merlot.
a huge underwater creature that looks like a jellyfish.
Some Beaujolais.
So she can put the jellyfish on her head so she can access the jellyfish's knowledge
That
to
makes
her boyfriend's whereabouts.
perfect French sense.
Let's see. So anyways, there you go. That's Valerian. Go see it. It's original.
Yeah, go see it. Meow God, if you haven't turned us off yet, you're a brave soul.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay, upcoming on July 28th, 2017, we got Atomic Blonde.
Can't get me enough Charlize Theron.
Charlize.
Charlize.
Is that with Confucius to it?
Yeah,
I love Confucius.
thank you.
Anyways, yeah, Atomic Blonde looks good.
Charlize turning into action movie star.
They said there was a little bit more spy element in it, one of the reviews I read, than they thought.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued by it.
And the movie Jason is looking forward to seeing.
Nope.
The Emoji Movie, Express Yourself.
Best part is my oldest son, has officially said, "Mom, you're going to take me to see this, aren't you?" yeah, I'll take you out for a good day. That's fine. We can do that. I was like, yes. She's like, but your father is the one that always takes you to movies. I know, but he said he wanted you to go. Okay, you don't want to disappoint him.
You know what? I'm disappointed. The Emoji Movie actually has a title in words.
Good point.
Thank you.
Did anyone read TJ Miller's fucking blown up interview that he did with one of the bigger magazines? He's an asshole to begin with. And he comes across as even worse in the interview. And he was talking about how he no longer wants to do, niche products like Silicon Valley and that, even though it's got some popularity. He's like, I don't care about
TJ Miller, yeah, because
I don't want
Silicon Valley. He was in Deadpool.
Yeah, and Deadpool too. Yeah. And he's like, I don't want to cater to the millennials, blah blah blah. I'd rather just do the mass consumption stuff like Emoji Movie and Deadpool 2. Well done. Right. And they said his publicist was about ready to shoot him on during the interview. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I thought the other thing was his comment.
Yeah, about how women aren't as funny because they've been repressed.
Yeah.
Good job there. Thank you, TJ. I've seen your stand-up. It's horrible. You're funny in Deadpool. You're funny in short little cameos.
Yeah.
His stand-up is horrible. I can't fucking stand it. And I've watched like 3 or 4 different like stand-up specials with him, like bits and pieces. I can't make it through it. It's awful. I couldn't stand him before this. Sorry.
Was he like trying to intentionally kill his career?
I don't know.
Apparently.
But if you read the interview, it is horrible.
Yeah. Apparently he's getting a lot of daggers thrown at him.
It's just
how many reviews for Emoji Movie do you think are just going to be the steaming shit pile emoji?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Be great.
Well, I'm sending that to nerdly.co.uk this week. Never saw it. Here's my review.
It's actually pudding.
But they said it was funny after TJ Miller's interview. Even the interviewer was like, I don't know what just happened. He's a horrible interviewer, interviewee. And there's about 10 other people, like from major magazines, all came out and said he's a horrible interviewee. Like he is not a nice person. I was like, well, that's good. Maybe karma will bite him. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Moving on.
Buy sell this week. The careers of Cara Delevingne, or however it's pronounced.
She was in.
I thought it was Delevingne.
Okay, Delevingne.
I think
she's in Valencia.
Yeah, and she was the crazy ghost witch chick from Suicide Squad. All right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here's you didn't realize that?
That's right. Okay, I was wondering why I saw the name. Okay.
There you go. All right. Here's my quick observation about her. Has had more fame talking about her having sex on an airplane in the Mile High Club than she has in any movie she's been in so far. All disasters.
What, her having sex on a Mile High Club was a disaster too?
No, I'm saying that's the only good story out there that she has out there that she's famous for.
I thought she was famous because she was good.
Well, she's also a model.
Yeah. She's famous because she's a model. And
that obviously doesn't translate into good acting.
I'm going to buy, though, because she'll probably be in Suicide Squad 2, and that will make a lot of money.
I would say I would have bought based on anticipations, but now that I've lost a lot of money on her, I'm just going to have to sell.
Jeff, what are you doing? She's got to be low, right?
No, well, with this bombing, she's probably done. Tanking.
Okay. I think she's done, to tell you the truth.
But I'll probably wait to see what happens with Valerian. And
no, what are you doing? Buying or selling? Just make a fucking decision.
I'm holding until I find out what's happening.
So that means you already bought?
If Valerian tanks out and she's incredibly cheap, then I'll probably
But the scenario is buy, sell. Doesn't say hold.
I don't think you realize the game.
I'm saying I'm going to buy in the long run.
Okay.
So you're buying.
Okay.
Sure.
Who's next?
In the future, if you want hold, you need to put hold on there. Tell the intern to put that on the outline. Buy, sell, hold. That's right. Now, Dane DeHaan, it's great that you put these two together because this guy has been in constant cinematic bomb after bomb after bomb as well. Wellness. And he's eerily like Michael J. Fox when he was younger because you looked at this kid. I'm like, Dane DeHaan. Was it that young 18-year-old kid? No, he's like 30-something.
Yeah, he's creepy too.
I'm like, you look at him, you're like, he's perfect to play like something high school.
One of his films,
so he would fit
high
in
school
with
age. I actually thought Valerian was about a boy and a hot chick sidekick.
I'm a girl,
But apparently, no.
Well, I'm selling Dane DeHaan.
Well, his one movie just might
Yeah.
help. In 2015, December, after Amazing Spider-Man came out in 2014, his one movie called Life that he got top billing in opened in 12 theaters.
That's like
There's no recognition.
I think I heard like he's supposed to be the next upcoming, and he's
been bomb after bomb.
Yeah.
So you better sell his. He's a penny stock now. Just sell.
Sell. I'm selling.
There's no
Just-
upside.
He has
Just
one
clear-
movie coming out, Tulip Fever.
I'll sell my pennies and use them to buy somebody else's penny stock.
Yeah.
Funny thing, Karen DeValla, she's also in Tulip Fever. So they're together in the next movie.
Great. They continue to bomb
maybe I'm
together.
changing it to sell for her then, too. As long as she's being hooked with Dahan, I'll.
I'm selling too now. I'm out. I'm out.
All right, buy or
right.
sell. For some reason, we're buying or selling Harry Styles.
I'd buy
I
it.
didn't realize he was the lead in Dunkirk. Somebody else is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark Rylance. We'll buy you next movie.
Oh, sorry, Mark Rylance. Sorry, Academy Award winning Mark Rylance.
He's in Ready Player One next. Mark Rylance.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'll buy Mark Rylance stock. Harry
Well,
Styles. I'm
no.
like,
Apparently, there's no IPO yet on him. He hasn't been on our list yet.
Bridge of Spies, The Gunman, Dunkirk, and Ready Player One. Harry Styles doesn't even have anything else next.
no, Harry Styles is from One Direction.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I want
he's a
it
boy band
that
guy.
way. Tell me why. Tell me why.
That's not One Direction.
It's all sound.
Well, one, that's not even a song.
I'm gonna buy it
Two, what
because
you think it is.
it that
I'm buying them
way.
because I can't think of anybody else with better hairstyles.
Ah! It is a pretty Harry style. I'll buy two just because of you that joke, Blake. Well
I'm
done.
selling him. I don't think he's the next Justin Timberlake. Boy band who could make a successful career doing something else.
Okay.
So I'm selling any Harry Styles stock I currently have.
What about Tom Hardy? Let's do that one.
I'm buying Tom Hardy.
Buy.
He's in Venom. That's the
course.
next one. I'll buy.
Buy.
Tom Hardy's going to have a long, long career
Yeah.
for decades.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. You can't recognize him from movie to movie, and I love it. He's a great actor. Great character actor.
He's also in Inception 2, Electric Boogaloo is what they say.
Inception
sweet.
2 is coming out.
No, he's just
Oh,
being a dick.
Jerk.
It could be. It might be a dream. I may have dreamt it.
Jerk.
No, Exception 2 will be about time travel.
Oh, I love it.
Oh God.
All right, well, that is our box office bombs of the week.
What's our top 5, Jeff?
Our top 5 this week is our top 5 favorite things about summer.
Yeah.
Blake, we missed you last week. Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you.
You go first.
Oh, I get to go first.
Yeah. We're doing an easy one this week.
Yeah, I could have made a bunch of honorables, but I'll stick to 5. I didn't Hobie it.
Oh,
I kept it
I didn't
simple.
either.
I kept it simple because I expected us to go for 3 hours tonight.
and we're well on our way.
We're on our way.
One day we'll reach that 3-hour mark.
Number 5. You know what I like? It falls. It's a general, but I got more specific. Beer gardens.
Okay.
I like drinking beer outside in the summertime.
Summertime.
That's right.
In the city.
So beer gardens. Beer gardens.
Beer garden.
I like beer gardens.
You go to the shower.
That's right.
I can't disagree, but I think I like my beer gardens in the fall.
Fall's okay as well.
I'll go
But
next.
I like
Oh,
it in
Jeff?
this. Summer means
Yeah.
you can get out now
Yes.
and drink beer outside
Oh, gotcha.
without freezing your ass off.
There you go.
See?
Agreed.
Jeff, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is with the kiddies out of school, the traffic is better.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
think of that.
No
You don't
morning
have-
school traffic.
Yeah, you don't have buses, you don't have all that traffic.
Your 6-minute commute to work. How long does that take you with school traffic?
6 minutes, 5 seconds.
I'll put it this way: well,
We're done.
I have to go by 2 schools on my way to work.
But you don't go to work till 9.
Well, yeah, that's true. But at wintertime,
This work.
when they have 2-hour delays,
Oh, that slows everything off for
does.
you. You're right.
The 2 days a year. Fuck that.
And the afternoon traffic.
No, I'm done
When I'm
with you.
driving around, there aren't people leaving school when I'm trying to get somewhere else. I thought you people would agree with me, those who actually have commute.
I agree, but not when you have a 6-minute commute. Fuck you.
I agreed wholeheartedly, and then you told me you got a 6-minute commute. I'm like, fuck
Do you do abs in that time too? 6-minute abs?
No,
6-minute
you
abs.
have to do it in 7 minutes.
Oh, fuck you.
I can't believe that.
That's wrong.
I mean, one, that's about the only good thing about
6-minute
kids
commute.
being off of
Yeah,
school.
wait, why are you driving?
I have to go through 2
You should walk.
Have you seen Jeff walk? Besides softball, he doesn't walk.
Why would I want to spend 2 hours to get to work?
Bicycle. Bicycle.
No, there's hills.
All right, okay, screw that then.
Segway?
All right, drive.
I like how he drove past 2 schools. Oh, it's 9 a.m.
You should have like a moped.
I probably
You
should.
should.
I can get a Vespa scooter. That's what I should do.
Now you're going European. Europoa.
I was thinking more Asian. I was thinking
All the cool kids are going
Vietnamese.
Europa.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Anyways, mine, number 5. It's closer to fall and winter. I fucking hate summer.
Really? Oh, that's
God.
stupid.
Fuck you. 9 a.m. No, I fucking hate summer. So I love that it's getting closer to fall and winter. I love it. I can't wait. I'm ecstatic.
Actually, I was being an ass, but really, that is a stupid reason.
No, I love fall and
It's
winter.
your favorite thing about summer is that
You're closer to
five.
fall
that,
and
Well,
winter.
number
that
5.
it ends.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
well then say that it ends. Don't.
There you go. Once July 4th hits, it's great. I know that summer is halfway over and we're on the downside of summer. So I'm excited. Fuck summer. Anyways, number 4.
Wait until your kids go to school and you got to deal with them all summer when you're used to them going to school.
Oh, my oldest is in school.
There you go. Well, I'm talking about all of your spawn.
Number 4, gardening. I love my garden. I got a lot of veggies this year. So I do enjoy going out there, taking care of
You
it.
can't garden in the fall and winter.
In the fall, I can. Pumpkins.
Not really.
Let's see. You need some cucumbers? I got you them.
There's some things you plant in the winter so they're ready by spring.
What's that?
I have no clue. I don't fucking garden.
Sperm.
Do you think I go outside much? Please.
Gardening is my number 4. Fuck you
Gardening.
all. What's your
All
number
right.
4, Jeff?
My
Fine.
number 4 is I like the summer because the sun stays out much later than it does at any other time of year.
Hate that.
I like it. You know what?
You hate the fact that the sun doesn't
I
set
like
until
being
9
able.
o'clock?
No, I like being able to go to work with light and going home
Me
with
and the
light.
sun have a very love-hate
You're right.
relationship.
I like lamp. I like light.
All right, Blake, what's your number 4?
What was yours? Oh, yours was
Mine
daylight.
was daylight. Daylight lasts longer. You know what we were just talking about? That was my number 4.
If you're an astute listener, you heard the pause and cut. And now you're wondering what the fuck's wrong with Blake.
Well,
Oh, we just had a 5-minute conversation that was off air. This, when it's combined with number 5, actually, when it has a number 5, Beer Garden, it makes it even better. But I like baseball parks. I like going to baseball games in the summertime.
my number 3 is baseball.
Good.
It's my number 2 is baseball.
They're good. See, we're all in the middle
Coaching
here.
baseball,
pretty much.
going to
yeah.
baseball games,
See?
watching baseball. I'm
It
with
is.
you.
It is a wonderful leisure sport. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I love going to the ballpark, drinking overpriced beer and hot dogs. Well, not hot dogs, but
Yeah, that I don't.
maybe brats or Mets.
Tiger
but
sausage.
yeah, whatever. And just sitting back and enjoying a game of baseball.
I enjoy a game of baseball. I don't enjoy paying ridiculous amounts of money for
Yeah.
beer, so I don't drink when I go to baseball games.
You don't
Or
go
any
to baseball
sport.
games with me. If you did, I'd buy you a beer. See,
Oh, I appreciate that.
you're welcome.
But I'd probably say save your money because
Yeah.
I can really enjoy a sporting event without alcohol.
Yeah.
If I need
I mean, I
alcohol
could
to be
too,
there,
but
then I
it's
shouldn't
nicer
be
to
there.
have a nice cold beer while I'm watching it. But I can't watch baseball on TV. Fuck that. But I can watch it
it on TV.
in person.
Oh, I like just the fact
in
it's
the
baseball
ballpark.
season. I'll watch it on TV.
I'll
I'll
give
I
you
like,
that.
I like ballparks. Some
I
ballparks are
agree.
great,
Ballparks are
masterpiece
great.
architecture.
go to
Yeah.
travel and check out different ones. I'm like only
Yeah.
at like 5 or 6 different ballparks,
Mm-hmm.
but I like to check them out, and I would love to check all of them.
Yeah.
What's your number 3, Jeff?
Oh, shouldn't we do Blake's number 3?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we're wrapping around.
Yeah.
Number 3 that I
186
love about
episodes
summer. Yes, driving with the top down.
Oh, I thought you were going to say top off. No.
I could do that too.
Yeah.
But I get arrested.
Yeah. With your convertible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like driving. I love driving, and I especially like driving with the top down.
Okay.
You know.
I can't do that in my minivan.
Yeah.
I was never a fan because you can't hear the radio as well.
Oh, you don't listen to the radio. You listen to
No.
the engine and the wind.
Fuck that. I'd rather listen to the radio.
No way, man. It's good. Come on,
I don't
man.
need to listen to the wind when I'm driving, and fuck listening to the engine. It's probably too loud and
Well,
noisy anyway.
dude,
I forgot to turn the radio on to drown out the noise of my engine.
Well, dude, that's like your opinion, man.
it is my opinion.
What's your number 3, Jeff?
My number 3 is beer.
Okay.
It's
That fits into my number 5 and 4.
It fits, but I specifically I like all the seasonal summer beers that come out.
I don't blame you on
Of
that.
all the
I like trying
seasonal
those,
beers,
true.
summer has my favorite.
Yes. I know, the dark, heavy stuff, I can only do short periods of time.
Yeah.
That's something.
But it's like, just last night I had, just a Sam Adams summer ale. I'm like, that is a very damn good, tasty beer. And
There's a summer ale, and there's also a summer splash. I think it's kind of like a sour. Have you
I
tried
don't
that?
think I've had the summer splash, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's Porch Rocker.
Oh, yeah, Porch Rocker's good.
beer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just all those summer beers that are nice, light, and refreshing.
I like, I like anything that's like a Radler, like Schaffenhofer, or some of the good Travelers. You have Travelers, good stuff.
My number 3 was baseball.
Oh, okay.
That goes with beer.
My number 2 was all the movies coming out, the good movies.
But the good movies come out in the winter.
Fuck La La Land. I'm talking big
would-
action superhero movies. The superhero movies.
They're finally hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they come out all year now.
Well, you know what? Fuck you. This is my list. It's my number 2. What's your fucking 2 list?
Baseball.
Okay. What's your number 2, Blake?
Playing softball.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I still love to play softball, man. And I'm glad we play on Friday nights.
Yeah.
Because then I can combine Friday nights with beer and sometimes beer gartens.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's like a triple header.
What's your number 1?
Number 1, vacation. Duh.
Oh, I prefer taking my vacation in different.
I do too.
Summer vacations aren't as fun. I would rather take them when other people aren't taking them.
I agree.
Off-season vacations are the best.
What's your number 1, Jeff?
My number 1 was her performance in Firefly.
Boo. Boo. But well done. Summer
I don't
the
get it.
Summer Glau, the actress who plays River Tam in Firefly.
I'll have to look it up.
That is my. Well, you should look up because
favorite thing about summer.
that's my favorite thing about summer.
Something else might be looking up. Anyways, my number 1 is swimming. I love going to the pool and swimming. Love going to the ocean and swimming. I just love being out in the water and that. So that is my favorite thing to do in the summer.
I hate the summer, but I want to swim.
I've always said to my wife, there's only 2 things I really like about summer, baseball and swimming. And I was like, well, I guess I gotta find something else to do on this
Find
list.
3 more.
Yeah, so we had some listener picks. Captain Admiral Kirk had 5. The weather goes from 60 to 70s. Fuck you, San Diego. 4. Better movies. Good call. 3. The big conventions like San Diego Comic-Con and San Francisco Comic-Con. 2. I get to wear tropical shirts. Nice. 1. Ice cream.
Now, maybe it's different in San Diego, but I eat ice cream year round.
We do too.
Okay.
I like your summer choice. She's cute.
Summer Glau.
That's right.
Summer Glau.
Number from Besotted Geek, Pittsburgh man. No snow to shovel. No leaves to rake. Low gas bill. Blockbuster movies. You have Blockbusters there? That is awesome. And flip-flops. Depends on flip-flops. Depends on who's wearing them.
I think he's referring to he's wearing them.
Oh.
Maybe he's referring to his foot fetish with women. He's checking out all the flip-flop ladies.
Like, okay, your gas bill might go down, but your electric bill goes up.
Yeah. Or hey, hockey championships.
I thought about the NHL playoffs.
Because they're in the summer? Because that's fucked up.
I think they're over before the summer.
Doctor number 1, seeing Jason at the beach in his thong. Well,
I thought I spotted him.
Chris Richardson at 365 saying winter is coming. Enjoying a cheeky beer garden.
Cheeky beer gardens.
Hey.
Summer blockbusters. And pretending the British weather isn't going to suck. And finally, we had Doug. Ape Hands Doug. Top 5. Going to Pandora, a.k.a. Avatar Land.
Fucking Disney shit.
Going to Magic Kingdom.
God damn.
Going to Epcot.
Didn't see that coming.
Going to Hollywood Studios.
Really?
And going to Animal Kingdom.
You know, they're all better in the middle of the winter than they are in the middle of the summer.
They're all
Every
better.
single one of them.
They're all better on your 15th mortgage. So, there is your top 5 for the week, and there's your episode 6 hours later. Bad idea of the week, number 890, asking for a puppy at McDonald's.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, especially in Warrior, Alabama. You know what? Warrior, Alabama. That's a bad idea. 889.
Yeah, or 890.1. Working at McDonald's while you're stoned.
Hey, at least you found a playland in your McDonald's.
That's true. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history of not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
You were listening to Hobie.